Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Backstage Live at the Central Great Lakes Emmy Awards. I'm Evan Schofield.
And I'm Sydney Brown. We'll be bringing you exclusive interviews from our Emmy recipients right after they step off the stage. And we're so excited to keep the celebrations going this evening.
That's right, Sydney. There's so much to look forward to today. All the recipients getting all their awards, being in front of all these people. It's just such a great night. And we're in the city of Cleveland, Ohio, which is such an iconic city with a lot of important things going on.
Oh, absolutely. What a time to be in Cleveland tonight, and what a room to be a part of as we're celebrating excellence in television and video production. And we must mention the broadcast this evening, Backstage Live, is brought to you solely by students. We're from Kent State University, and we also have some friends from BGSU, Bowling Green State University.
Yeah, it really is a full collaboration with all the students back here. You're making sure everyone gets their time to be interviewed, making sure everyone gets their fair share of things. But the energy is insane. You know, we've been walking around tonight, and all I see is energy and excitement for this award ceremony. Obviously, it's the 57th annual Central Great Lakes Emmys Awards ceremony, and a lot to look forward to.
And we're in our gold, ready to go and celebrate the Emmys. This is just such an
exciting
night.
Do you see this?
This is so fun.
We just coordinated it. We just knew. Yeah, but yeah, I'm very excited for this personally. A lot to get forward to. I look forward to, and I look at all these categories, and there's just so many. But yeah.
Right. And for those who couldn't be here tonight, the Emmy Awards just now kicked off, and we have our winners now getting backstage. And if you can't see what we're looking at, the Emmy Awards are lined up against the wall here. There are so many, and we're so excited to see them in the hands of the newest winners.
Yeah, we are excited to do this, but I think, are we ready to go, or we want to go a little bit longer? What do we think?
I think we are going to be getting going soon here,
Okay.
but once again, we are something excited to be here tonight.
Yeah, well, another senior that is helping us here at Kent State is our own Sophia Helena, who has our first recipient. Sophia.
Hi guys, and welcome. We have a great night ahead of us. My name is Sophia Helena, and I am here joined by the first recipient of the night. Don't you get those? Multimedia journalist. That's
right?
Multimedia journalist. How do you feel?
I feel kind of incredible because I've received Emmys before, but I've never been here to accept one. So this is the first time. This is also my last time here because I've taken a job at WXYZ. I now work for Channel 7 in Detroit, so I'm no longer in the chapter. So this was incredibly special to be here tonight, and it is just a really big capper on something that is near and dear to me, which are the restaurants in Northwest Ohio, the food service industry in general, and just all the hardworking people out there who are doing it every day. This is really for them, and I just love showcasing all the places to eat. So this is for Dine in the 419, which is our area code, and 22 different counties, and I got to go to eat at a lot of great places, and I'm just eternally grateful for everybody welcoming me to their place and showcasing it.
Amazing. And from what I could see, you used several different cameras and angles and all that. Can you tell me a little bit of how did that work?
Yeah. I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to multimedia journalists. It might look like there are people, when I show up, they're just like, oh, it's just you. But I bring a bunch of cameras, set them up, was for this, able to fly my drone and work that in and just do a lot of different things. And then you edit it all together and get it down to, 3 minutes or less. So.
Amazing. And what do you hope the audience takes away from it?
I hope you go and support your local establishments and go ahead and support the local economy. Go out and eat. And I know you can't do it every night, but we want you to do it as much as you can because really, like that's what it's all about. If you've ever seen a chef in action, they're a lot like us. They're perfectionists. They create something every day, and then it's gone, and they start over the next day. It is just like journalism. We do the exact same thing.
Amazing. And if you could relive one moment of this whole process, what would it be?
Oh, wow. I'd love to eat everything once again, to be honest. They showed a really cool clip when I was in Tiffin on the Tiffin Pedal Company and at Big Mike's, and we had a bunch of cameras set up on the pedal company, and we were talking as I was eating and as we were going through town, and man, every place, people ask me, what's your favorite restaurant? And I always say the last one I ate, so that's kind of how it goes. And then they also ask, do you really like every place you go? And the answer is yes, because I got to choose because this wasn't paid. This was a news segment. So I thoroughly appreciate every moment that I got to spend in the 419.
Amazing. And we talked about good moments, but tell me, every work has its challenge. What do you think was the most challenging part of it?
Oh, wow. Trying to boil down like, a couple hours worth of material to that 3 minutes every week is hard. I also anchored 2 newscasts while I was there. So I did the 4 and the 10, and we would try to put together, that kind of in my free time. So it was just a lot of fun. The process was great. And this is what people enjoyed, was watching. I wish that I could continue to do this, Maybe I could just, but the thing is, like, I can still eat in Northwest Ohio. It's just when I'm not going to have a bunch of cameras with me. So that's the main thing.
Amazing. Thank you so much, and congratulations again.
Absolutely.
Amazing. So we're going to Evan.
Thank you, Sophia. That was great. We're now here with our video essayist, Steve Rose. Congratulations.
Thanks.
On your win tonight. I want to ask, by the way, this looks so shiny in person. Now, look, I just saw it on the stage, and now I'm seeing it here, and it's incredible. So take me through it. What all goes into your profession?
Well, a bunch. This was for video, in particular. So
Video,
that's
yes.
so I'm a news photographer.
News photographer,
So I
yes.
basically shoot and edit everything we do.
Yeah.
And this particular win was for some material we did in Italy this year, which was pretty cool. Some prep work for the Olympics. So that's what this was.
Yeah, so obviously a lot goes into that, and a lot of contributors are along the way. So walk me through who you can thank for this award, who helped you along the way in this career.
More people than you got time for.
Yeah.
No, I could go way back to high school, and my mom encouraging me to do stuff, my dad, and school projects back then, and then just kind of just another step, and just kind of evolved, and people along the way in the business that have kind of always encouraged me to do creative things and fun things, and here we are.
Yeah, and every project seems to get a little more creative, like it just seems like every time it's like another level up. What do you think has been your favorite, I would say, news or sports bit, like, that you've done, like, of all time?
Well, I could find particular stories. I mean, unfortunately, you can probably tell by my gray hair, I've done this a long time. I've been doing this for over 30 years. But my favorite thing is just the individual people you meet along the way. I mean, that's the heart of the story. You can take all the pretty pictures you want and get all the little nat sound and all the things technically, but just meeting all these just remarkable people, that's the cool part. That's what you take home with you. So
Connections along the way mean a lot. Congratulations again.
Thank you,
and
man.
hope you take it home and put it somewhere nice. But we're going to move on now to Sydney, who has our next recipient.
Thanks, Evan. What an exciting moment. Now, I also have an exciting moment with our newest scholarship recipients here. I'm joined by Quinn and Lila. Quinn, tell me about this moment. You guys just got off stage.
It was so exciting. I'm so grateful to receive this scholarship, especially with one of my friends from kindergarten. It was just so special. I'm so grateful for what I got.
I had no idea you guys had known each other since kindergarten. Oh my gosh. So have you guys always had kind of these same aspirations to get into media?
So we've been friends since kindergarten. We were best friends through grade school, and then she moved, and we didn't see each other again until high school when we joined our broadcast staff together, and that's kind of how we reconnected.
Well, this is really cool, and what an honor to be here, and especially in this room. Tell us where you guys are from again.
Noblesville, Indiana.
Okay, and you already have your next steps lined up. Tell us more about those.
I'm going to the University of Kentucky, and I'm studying media arts and studies.
Nice. And what about you, Lila?
I'm going to Loyola Chicago, and I'm majoring in multimedia journalism and theater.
Well, I hope you guys know that you guys are so welcome in this space, and to be celebrated with some of the best tonight in Cleveland is so exciting. And as a fellow student, I'm so excited for you guys to now be stepping into this phase of getting to learn from more people. Now, tell me a little bit more about what you guys were doing in your broadcast classes that brought you this scholarship today.
Yeah, so we ran a daily show every day. It was called NHS News. So we'd run that every day for our school, and then we also had like a side storyline. It was called Around the County, and we had like partners team up, and they would do just stories around the county and talk about like our community.
Wow, so what roles were you guys doing as you're going out and talking to these people?
So Actually, I did a feature story that was for the Central Great Lakes chapter. It won the Crystal Pillar Award for the best feature report that they had, and then our news staff also won the magazine award as well. So Quinn also was on that, and basically we have 3 weeks to go and create a story from start to finish. It's been such a great experience, and I'm really grateful to be here.
Well, what was the most exciting thing for tonight as you guys are getting to see storytellers surrounding you everywhere to hear?
I just think seeing faces that I see on TV in person, it's just so funny because I never thought I'd actually see them in real life. It's funny to see my local news reporters at the same event ceremony that I'm also attending.
No, exactly. I mean, you guys are in this glory of everything tonight as well. And congratulations once again with all of the success so far. What about you, Lila? What was the most exciting thing?
Same thing. It's really cool to see people that are really in the business and doing this. It's just my passion, and it's really cool to see this and what our futures could look like. It's really great.
And you guys, do you have plans this summer? What's happening? I mean, this is a big event, so I know today, is a big moment for you both.
Well, this summer I'm starting to look at the newspaper based in Kentucky at University of Kentucky. I'm starting to apply for the Kentucky Kernel and maybe work for them during college.
And now you guys are going your separate ways a bit, but you're going to be still combined in your efforts as friends as well. So what about you, Lila?
So this summer I'm just preparing for college. I'm in the media fellowship program at Loyola, so I'm kind of preparing for that. And I'm also in a play this summer, so that's basically all of my time is going to that.
These are some busy ladies. I mean, we're so excited that you came to continue celebrating with us, and we know you are already on a path for greatness. So thank you so much for continuing to celebrate. We're going to go on over to Sophia next with some more fun tonight.
Thank you, Sydney. Yes, I'm here joined by Michael Bother, director, live or recorded recipient. So tell me, how do you feel? How does it feel listening to your name?
It's ridiculous. I feel insane. So honored to have received this. As I'm watching the screen over here in the corner, our second one was also a recipient. So super honored to be here, and it just feels so surreal. So
Amazing. And what do you hope the audience takes away from this, from your work, both of them that you won?
don't give up. You just always got to try for something, whether or not you think you can do it. So I just keep trying.
Amazing. And I know it must be great moments all throughout, but if you could relive one moment from this whole project, what would it be?
I'd win Game 7 of the finals last year. Other than that, just keep working with the same team I got. It's an amazing honor to be a part of this.
Amazing. And what advice would you give to people that are trying the same path as you?
Keep learning, keep asking questions, never be complacent in what you're doing. There's always something more that you can learn. Nobody knows everything, so just keep learning.
Amazing. And if you could think of one challenge throughout this whole, because I know when a project comes, there are 100 challenges on the way. If you could think of one, what would it be?
Moving to a new state, we moved to Indiana from Kentucky. This was my first year full-time with the Indiana Pacers and Pacers Sports and Entertainment. Just being embraced with them has been amazing. I think it's, you just got to embrace your surroundings and just kind of stay focused and do what you can do.
Amazing. And tonight, I'm sure you're going to celebrate a lot, well, twice. But what's next?
Got to bring a championship home, right? I mean, got to keep going, got to keep training the next generation too. So I want to keep training people, keep working with my team, and just always get better.
Amazing. And if you had to thank anyone else, because I know through this project there are a lot of people behind the scenes, who would you thank?
My first mentor, Jeremy No. Dean Havlin, thank you for giving me the trust that everyone has at Pacers Sports and Entertainment. Yeah.
Amazing. And this is beautiful, by the way. Where will it go?
Right on the mantle.
Amazing. Yeah. So this award recognized years of your work. What was the first thing you thought when you heard your name?
Overwhelming emotions. It's very emotional. I'm very proud of it. Won other awards and other things, but nothing in this category. So this is a very proud moment.
Amazing. And I'm so excited for you too. Could you tell me more about your work and what went behind the scenes of it?
Sure. So, a lot of the team, when we do things, our productions are 50 to 65 people, part-time, full-time. It's a very involved production. And then thinking of the things that we did to record our show in the manner that we did, to submit the way that we did, took an extra step that we honestly didn't really think about previously. So now I think our outlook has kind of changed on how we're going to keep recording things to submit for future submissions for hopeful more nominations.
Amazing. And could you tell me a little bit about the impact that this work had not only on you, but the people you worked with and your audience?
Again, just don't give up. I think it plays a big role into wanting to have a bigger role in everything that you're doing. I think that taking this home really means a lot to our company as an organization to say that we are great. We are great. Not just me. Everyone's great. And this is a team. It's a team effort to do all this stuff. Just because I was a director of this show doesn't mean that there wasn't 65 other people behind me. This is all of our win. So
amazing. And how will you celebrate it tonight?
Man, I got a nice chef special cigar. I'm gonna go have a smoke and a drink, and we're gonna take it to the town.
Amazing. Thank you so much, and congratulations again.
Thank you so
now
much.
We're going to Sydney with another recipient.
Thanks, Sophia. I'm now joined by Dusan. Now, you just got off the stage with your Emmy. Tell us about this win.
Thank you very much. I'm still, I don't know, in the lack of better words, thrilled, and I'm really excited about our industry, that's music and video production, and how we're part of this vibrant community that's open to new technologies. Probably we didn't mention this before. This was a collaboration with part of that was I think technological innovation that we combine with traditional music scoring. So I think it was really something, I hope, innovative, and there are more projects like this to come. I have to thank John Staley, George Radmilovic, of course, and the whole team at Too Immersive for You. And yeah.
I mean, so exciting. When you heard that your name was called to continue celebrating really original work, what was the first person you thought of?
My daughter, Emma. She's right now, Uncle Dan is watching her. I hope she's okay. And yeah, that's it.
This is so special, though. What an incredible achievement. How long have you been creating music?
I've been creating music since I was 17 or 16. Started with lessons with jazz guitar, but I guess over time, I was involved with Sony Music with my band Itch, and that was the first step into the music business. And after that, right now, there are many more, obviously, opportunities in that sense. We're working on a lot of new stuff as part of Escape AI that's made by John Gaeta, the Matrix VFX guy. I'm working with Marcus Berry, legendary producer behind Duran Duran, David Bowie.
Huge names.
Yeah. Hi, Mark.
I mean, seriously, though, did you ever imagine I'm just assuming, when you picked up an instrument for the first time, that it would take you this far?
No, not really. I just wanted to go home and play GTA 3. Yeah.
But, that's a story for many kids, but you were able to make it and continue to succeed.
Well, what was, I think, maybe unique to this story, I came from Serbia just a couple of years ago, although we started a company online 7 or 6 years ago. So I think that the road was really interesting, at least to say the least.
Yeah. And can you tell me a little bit more about that, to bringing you to today?
Oh yeah, well, since I was always in the music business, we started our video company called To Immersive for You with the idea for us to do 360-degree music videos without any additional hardware, meaning like on everyday devices, cell phones, tablets. And after that, we kind of tried new verticals like marketing, like ads, commercials. And maybe 1 year ago, after we obtained a couple of video patents, we started again kind of thinking about the music production and where the new way of innovation is. And I called Mark and we hit it off.
But to be adapting and continuing to evolve your craft, how would you encourage others to do something and continue exploring that?
Don't do it. No. So you should probably, if you wanna pursue anything, you need to be probably obsessive person and do it 24/7. I guess that would be that would be my 2 minutes on success.
I appreciate it. We're going to expand into TED Talks, it sounds like, too. But it really is the best way to keep learning from those who are continuing to elevate the craft. And unfortunately, we weren't able to see the clip they played live for the audience out here. Can you tell us about the clip that you sent in?
Oh yeah, sure. Summer to Hide was a composition firstly made with myself, George Radmilovic, and John Staley. And the idea behind it also in the video was to create an avatar of the AI voice, because I just used that as I guess, the stepping stone in this new AI music production. So I wrote the music, sang my parts, and then I used the AI voice that I liked for the female for the female singer. And then after that, I created this avatar that I think I'm going to use in the future projects, which I think is like, limitless possibilities with that stuff.
I'm fascinated in continuing to, as we're all learning artificial intelligence, but creating it with our own expertise in mind. What are some of those future plans, if you can let us in a little bit?
Sure. Well, we got the I'm a creator on Escape AI, and we got rolled out to Connected TV recently for 400 potential million viewers. That's like on Samsung, Roku, LG. And I still think there is a lot of new things to explore. Every day something's changing, you probably know. But I would definitely, my point is to keep the human touch involved,
Absolutely. Well, we're so excited for you. Congratulations, and continue to celebrate tonight. But thanks for stopping with us. Great to meet you as well. Have a great night. All right, Evan.
Thank you, Sydney. We're here with David Hentz and Pacers Sports and Entertainment, and all over here for Technical Achievement Emmy. Now, guys, you just got off the stage. The audience was cheering for you. What's going through your heads right now, and how are we feeling?
A little bit of pride, of course, but then there's a little bit of a weight off the shoulders. Now the weight's over. We know that we got to walk away with some hardware, but then also proud that we weren't the only ones submitting. The fact that there was 3 other people nominated is fantastic for the region, that everyone's pushing forward.
Yeah, and a lot of good stuff today, obviously. A lot of excitement surrounding the building. What can you attribute all of your good work to throughout, not even just winning this Emmy, but your whole careers?
I think a lot of it comes down to each of us on the team here are very, very focused on telling the story so that the fans get a chance to come closer to the players, a chance to see everything. So the fact that we're results-oriented and results-driven makes us a little easier to push through the hard, long nights and sometimes difficult days.
And you say difficult days, obviously a lot goes into these kind of productions. So what can you say to the fans all around, not even just Indiana, but all of Great Lakes, all over Cleveland, all these cities? What can you say to the fans that, really pay attention to all these sports and all these things that you guys put so much work into?
Well, I think everyone knows that there's always more people behind the scenes that than it seems at first to put on a broadcast or sort of anything. But just also the fact that if you care about sports, maybe you're not an athlete, there's so many ways to get involved and be in the sports community, whether you're on-air talent, whether you're a camera operator, graphics, or whether you're an engineer. There's just so many ways to get plugged in and involved in your community.
Yeah, and like all the Kent State, BGSU students are all working back here, for Backstage Live. All those turn into professionals like yourselves, and it tells such a story about how you guys have worked so hard for this dream. And the bling is shiny, I gotta say. I gotta ask you, because I'm gonna ask a few people this tonight. Where are you guys putting these in your houses?
I think we're going to make Cameron build. He's quite a woodworker.
Okay.
He'll build a mantle for everyone. I
Okay,
believe.
nice. All right. Well, is there anyone you guys would like to thank collectively, with your trip across your whole careers? It doesn't have to be just for the Emmy, but it could be for anything. Who would you like to thank?
I think I would just thank everyone who came before us, who was willing to slow it down for me, to teach it to me again and again and again until I understood it. There's a lot of thankless hours put in by mentors in any of the disciplines, but including the technical side. So I really appreciate people who took their time to help me.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much, and congratulations again. And Sophia, we're going to head on back to you.
Thank you, Evan. I am here joined by Chelsea Sanders, who was just awarded Commercial Single. Chelsea, how do you feel right now?
I'm excited. This is my first Emmy. My company, Blue Line, we've won 8 Emmys, but this is the first one that I've directed for and with my team, so very excited.
Amazing. And as we were waiting, she just heard that she won another one from Promotion Sports.
Promotion, yeah, it was for it was my team members for Beyond Vision. It's a film we're working on with Lonnie Bedwell. He's a blind veteran that is going for the Explorers Grand Slam. So we're in the process, but so my team was nominated for another one. I just found out, so that's exciting. Yeah,
amazing. And what are the expectations for that?
For this one or the
both of them?
I think the expectations. It's just really to tell. The first one was for Nathan Hunter Design, and he's been in business for 20 years, and he does all of this handcrafted furniture and woodworking. And so, for that expectation, it was just to truly tell his story of how he started and how he happened to get into woodworking. And so it was kind of like a little documentary style one that we did. And then for the trailer that we're doing for our film Beyond Vision, it's still about a year and a half out. Lonnie's final expedition is going to be the North Pole. He's done Everest. He's summited all the mountains and the tallest peak of every mountain in all 7 continents. And so we're just trying to do right by his story, as he'll be the 70th. There's only 73 people in the world who have done it. He'll be the first blind person. So just to do right by his story and finish the film. So, but yeah.
Amazing. That's so exciting. So important to tell those stories and so intriguing. Tell me, but what does you hope the audience take away from it, from both of it?
I guess the takeaway, I think, for the people here in this audience is, I would say just to keep telling the good stories. I know there's a lot of news and journalism and documentary makers out there, but I think it's just to stay true to the story and do right by the messages that we're putting out into the world. And I always like to say, just hopefully you enjoy the ride while you're doing it.
Amazing. Yeah. And if you could think of a moment that impacted you the most throughout this journey, what would it be?
I'd honestly probably have to say working with my team. So my background is kind of in the arts and photography, and we've grown into a production company. So all of my videographers, directors, so I've gotten a chance to learn from them and taken a step into the director position for video. So this is my first one doing it, and it's just been a blessing to have such a great team and to dance kind of like the dance that they do. So it's been really awesome.
Amazing. You mentioned this is the first one.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? What does that mean for you?
It feels awesome. I'm so proud of all my team members. We've won a couple Emmys, and so it just feels, I've been kind of a student of the video part, and so it just feels like the work that I've done and learned with and along with my team. It just feels great to kind of to be in the club now.
Amazing. Thank you so much, and congratulations
Thank
again.
you. Appreciate it.
Amazing. So we're going now to Sydney. Hi, Sydney.
Hey, Sophia, I'm with Peter Fleischer from WKYC. Congratulations. This, I know, isn't your first Emmy, but what an accomplishment once again.
Thank you so much. It means so much because I had people that I don't normally get to work with be involved in our promotions, and I love that. The team effort, the synergy, it all came together, and so grateful tonight.
And we were just chatting about it, and I have a million and one questions about this project, but tell us what this specific story covered.
So we covered a series of killings. There was a cult in Northeast Ohio that killed the family of 5 people, and the 2 people that we interviewed had never interviewed in 35 years. We got to go to a high security prison, interview these people. It's as surreal as it sounds. I promise it's not routine to me either, but I'm so proud that we got to make that work and we made it accessible to our audience. And so I think that paid off. That was our goal.
And clearly these stories matter to the community, but tell me about the process of getting that access.
Yeah, it took a long time and it was not routine. I had never done anything like it and I haven't done anything like it since. But I tried to sort of touch on this when I accepted the award. It's about being ambitious and accepting a challenge and investing some time that might not always pay off. And so I was afforded that, and it meant a lot during the process, and it means even more now. And so I just hope that anyone reflecting on this, whether it's leadership or reporters, let's shoot for the stars. Let's tell special stories that no one else is telling, because it's not always easy, but I think it's always worth it.
I really love that, in dedicating your craft to covering something that may feel untouchable, but really getting the access and trying to cover that fully. Now, just tell me about, you only have a little bit of time on stage. Who were you thinking about as soon as you heard your name get called for this award?
You know, it's complicated. It's always a team effort telling a story like this. We did an hour-long documentary and a 5-part news series. My photographer editor, Chris Blake, knew nothing about this, threw himself into it, but it was our newsroom leadership. It was the people who worked on the periphery of the project. It takes a real leap of faith to throw yourself into something that no one's ever done before and there's no template for. And so the fact that so many people believed in what we were doing and spent their time and energy into it, it meant a lot, and I hope that it paid off.
I'm going to say that it did. So congratulations. Where is this Emmy going to go?
Front and center. We're proud of this project. It mattered. It was something ambitious that we sunk time into. And so, yeah, we're proud of this one. It really means a lot.
Well, we're so excited, and congratulations. I hope you have a great rest of your night.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yes. All right, over to Sophia.
Thank you, Sydney. I am here with the awarded public announcement. And how are you feeling, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm really excited. This is awesome. This is my second Emmy win, so I'm super excited for it.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about what went behind this announcement.
Yeah, so it's a public service announcement, and I work for Indiana Donor Network, and we made a spot with partnering with Notre Dame, and so we have a football player, and it's taking place in the Notre Dame iconic football stadium, and he's talking about his grandpa who was able to live a longer life and come to see his games because he received a lung transplant.
Yeah, so I know we brushed a little bit on that, but what do you hope the audience takes away from it besides the obvious?
Yeah, we really just made this to create awareness for the public to say yes to organ donation and the power it has to save lives.
Amazing. And tell me a little bit about the journey of making it. What impacted you the most?
Yeah, so it was really cool because we got the Notre Dame stadium to ourselves for like 2 hours, and we were told, like, you know, kind of do whatever you want. And so as a videographer, that's awesome because I'm like, okay, let's shoot from the field at the end zone, and like we're gonna shoot really wide. So it was kind of fun for me to make that spot because I could kind of play around with putting him on the sideline or on the bench or kind of walking him through the iconic tunnel with the touchdown Jesus in the background. So it was really cool.
Oh my gosh, it must be amazing,
Yeah.
gorgeous. So tell me, tonight we're celebrating,
Yes.
but what about tomorrow? What comes next?
Yeah, and so I'm blessed enough to work for an organization, Indiana Donor Network, that I talk to families all the time that have received hope through organ donation. Either their loved one has become an organ donor and that gives them hope, or someone has received and has lived a longer life. So every single interview I do tends to be really amazing and heartfelt.
Yeah, amazing. This is a amazing topic that you guys are talking about, but also a pretty hard one. So tell me a little bit about the challenges that go behind that, not only on the technical aspect, but also emotional.
Yeah, it is, right? It's really emotional, especially like when you're doing it like day in and day out. And so you really have to be kind of grounded and just like have an outlet kind of outside of work a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I think just being there and just sometimes you don't even have to like say much to the families. You just have to just be a presence, right? And just let them know that this is just a casual interview and, you know, it's going to be okay.
Amazing. And talking a little bit more on the video side, tell me what went behind that, the ideas and every aspect of it.
Yeah, so I work with a marketing team. I have a great group at Indiana Donor Network, and I think there was like 4 or 5 of us that went up to Notre Dame, and we shot it on an afternoon and got to see all the iconic locations. So, yeah, it was awesome and super fun.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Congratulations
thank you.
again. Now we move to Evan.
Thank you, Sophia. We're here with our next recipient, getting the Writer News Emmy. We're here with Rob Powers. I gotta say, Rob, your name is so cool.
Thank my dad, Brian Powers.
Brian Powers. That's even cooler, though. All right. I want to ask, you were just on stage. A bunch of people were cheering for you. A lot of work goes into this. What were you feeling as you walked onto that stage, talked a little bit, and came on back here?
You know, I always consider Emmy Awards or any kind of an award like a souvenir. You go on vacation, you get a souvenir to remember that time. That's what I consider awards, and in particular Emmy Awards. As soon as, anytime I look at this Emmy, I will remember the 3 stories that went into this entry. This entry was comprised of 3 stories, 2 of them in our Your Service branded series, a years-long initiative to say thank you to people who have served or are currently serving. The 3rd story in this entry was a follow-through story with a man whose home was devastated in a tornado. So, as I said on stage, this is a team sport. The first story, just to take that at random, first story went through about 15 to 20 rewrites. Wow. And I solicit help from anybody who wants to give me their input. Asking people for their, it makes you a better writer. You don't like it in the moment for that 30 seconds. I know Karen, especially right now, is sitting there laughing at me because I don't like it in the moment, but then you leave that office with the red marks on it and you say, you know what, it's better. Yeah. And that happened 15 to 20 times. And between the 4, Andy, Anthony, Karen, and Jody, our news director, it just becomes better.
Yeah, a lot of journalism and writing is just revision, just making sure all those stories are well-tuned and fine. And it's not always going to be like, your first draft won't always be your best draft because never, there's always more to add, all that stuff. I wanted to ask, what do you think audiences are seeing from you specifically? What can you tell them about how to keep going and how to kind of achieve their dreams in maybe like a journalism aspect or news writing?
Yeah, I tell young people all the time that what we do is not a have to. None of us have to do this. We could all be doing something else. This is not a have to. This is a get to. It's not a have to, it's a get to. We get to do this. We get to be with people. We get to have the thrill of being with someone on their best day. We get to have the responsibility of being with them on their worst. And I know that sounds like I'm making stuff, but that is truly how I look at my job. That is our job, is to be with someone on every day. Runs the gamut. I used to do sports. I used to be with somebody who scored the first touchdown. Fantastic. I've also sat on a porch with a mother who lost, a 4-year-old. That's tough. That's the job.
Yeah, a lot goes into that. Is there anyone quickly you'd want to thank that has brought you along?
Yeah. I always thank the people that in this entry, we're getting the toss. In this entry, it's Andy and Anthony and Karen and Jody, and I always thank my family because there's a lot of hours that go into this. It's a lot of time away from home, and Jackson and Brendan and Deb just put up with it.
All right, well, I want to say congratulations
You did a good
again,
job,
dear.
man. You got a
Thank
bright
you,
future.
Rom. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
Another person with a bright, another person with a bright future. We're going to pass it back to Sydney Brown. What do you got, Sydney?
Evan, thank you. I'm so excited because I'm joined by the Lindsay Buckingham. Congratulations on another Emmy win.
Thank you so much. It's good to see you again. You do such a wonderful job. I just wanted to throw that out there, too.
Well, you are too kind. But tell me about this specific Emmy because this is from the heart. Can you tell us about the series that you've been continuing to just really touch people in our community?
You know what? I love Heartstrings because it sees no politics, no race, no gender. It doesn't matter your political affiliation or what you do for a living. It connects us all with our hearts and it inspires hope, and the world needs that so much right now. I feel so lucky that I get to share those stories of hope.
And truly, it's making a difference here because so many people right now, I think when they think of our news and just want to know that there's hope out there, and you're finding these stories that are right here in the community. I don't know if you can really pick, but what moment from this series has really just continued to stick with you?
Oh my gosh, there are too many, but I have to tell you that I am so lucky to talk to the everyday heroes that aren't looking for attention, or a survivor of, a really serious disease that is still shining light on people, or grieving parents who are, fighting to keep their children's legacy alive. I feel so honored that I get to share their messages, and I have to pinch myself every day that I do it.
And can you imagine when you first got into journalism that you'd be able to kind of craft something that's touched people like this?
I sometimes have to pinch myself. I got into the news business because I found it to be so interesting, but nearly 10 years ago, I decided that I really like that human interest piece of it. And I never could have imagined that it would go this far, but I'm so grateful and honored that it did.
Congratulations once again. I know you have a busy night ahead, so just can keep these celebrations going, please. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Good to
Sydney.
see you.
You're a sweetheart. Thank you.
All right, we're going to go over to our next Emmy recipient.
Thank you, Sydney. I'm here with Nadina Basada, who just got awarded Reporter for Daily News. Tell me, how do you feel? How did you feel when you heard your name?
I still don't believe it because the reality is I went up against my own coworkers, two amazing other reporters at my station, and they've been doing it a lot longer than me. They don't look it. They look amazing and we love them. So I didn't expect to win. So when they said my name, I was shocked. And it's one of those things like, we love what we do and we do it every day, but you don't think like, oh, I'm really good at what I do, or I'm good enough to win an award at what I do. So I'm in shock, but I'm also very thankful.
Amazing. So tell me a little bit. It's a full circle work with a lot of people that I'm sure they also helped you. You helped them. So everyone, it's a winner at the end, right?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I talked about on stage about how I was thankful that I got the award, but I also thanked everyone else in the crowd, because in a time that media is constantly changing, people are still fighting to do what we do, and they see the importance in what we do. Storytelling is important. News is important. I wouldn't be able to win an award or do what I do if so many people still didn't do it. So I'm thankful for all the people that do it. I'm also thankful for the village and people that took a risk with me and believed in me and said, hey, you're capable. So there's so many people.
Amazing. And tell me a little bit about the impact that you want your audience to have with your stories.
Well, for me, it's always understanding a different perspective, understanding what's going on, getting that important information that you need to know, but also understanding that everyone's human, everybody has a story, and being able to bring our viewers into someone else's home, into someone else's life, and having that relation.
Amazing. And could you tell me one story that really impacted you throughout your career or throughout this year?
Oh my God, that's so hard. That's so hard. For me, I would probably have to say it's one of the immigration stories I did. I did a story on a woman that was scammed, and she came to this country trying to do it the right way, and she got scammed, but she kept fighting. And for me, when my beat at work is immigration, so any of those stories, seeing the fight, seeing the constant push just to live a safe life in a country that they call home, that would probably be one of those.
Yeah, it's such a challenging and hard beat. Tell me, what do you think is the most challenging part of it? Or how do you handle that?
I think for me, you hear all these stories that break your heart. They're very sad, but I always remind myself, whenever I get a story that's really sad or it's someone's life they're in a lot of pain, we're giving that story justice. We're sharing that with the world. They're giving that scope. And it's helping them. It's healing them in some regard and making sure other people hear that story.
Amazing. That's such great. So tell me, let's put a lighter note on this. How will you celebrate?
How will I celebrate? I'm going to go back to see my coworkers, and I'm going to celebrate with them. And then tonight I'm going to see my friends, and I'm going to FaceTime my family because they're down in Louisiana, and I'm going to tell them I couldn't have done it without them. So thank you, guys. Thank you,
Amazing.
everyone.
Thank you so much, and congratulations again. Awesome. Thank you, guys. We're going back to Sydney.
Thanks, Sophia. I'm here with the Scott Knoll from News 5 in Cleveland. We're so excited. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Yeah, and once again, I have to mention, now this is a great honor, but this is not your first Emmy. You have quite the list here. Can you share the number?
I think we're up to 14 now, but that is 14 spread out over a lot of years, so not nearly as impressive as it may sound on its face.
Truly, though, it's such an honor to be here tonight and to be in this room with so many great storytellers. So specifically, this is for investigative reporting. Tell me about what this story really meant to you in going out to cover it.
It was a number of stories. Two of them kind of focused on tragedies that happened inside the Cuyahoga County Jail. It's an area I've been covering for a number of years now. Specifically, one was care that inmates are receiving, or in this case not receiving, in times of medical crisis, which resulted in the deaths of 2 incarcerated individuals. Third story was about the lack of pregnancy outcome reporting in jails across the state of Ohio. We were lucky enough to have a woman share probably the worst experience of her life when she miscarried inside a jail cell inside the Cuyahoga County Jail. A review found the standard of care she received was very substandard. We wanted to know how often it happened. We realized there's no tracking. That is now the subject of a piece of legislation moving through the Ohio House.
And when you're out and getting to talk to these people, what is the biggest thing that surprised you as you're hearing the realities of their circumstances?
It's not so much surprise. It's being able to share the emotion with them. Really understand that these aren't just characters in a story, they're people. And they're people's stories, people's real experiences. Being able to tap into that and then bring those stories home and make people care. Whether they're watching on TV, online, I think the key to a good investigation, the key to a good story is having characters that somebody's going to care about.
And it's not just, again, finding these people. Can you tell us about the process as you were collecting kind of this series you were putting together?
Sure. A lot of it started with a tip. I worked on 2 of these stories with the Marshall Project Cleveland. So Mark Puente, Brittany Haler were enormous partners in this project. Working through the initial tip, then getting documents, videos, in some cases jailhouse video that supported what these documents were telling us, what sources were telling us, and really opening people's eyes to what's happening in an area that the public typically can't see.
And the job obviously isn't done. So you tell these stories, but you want to see kind of the change reflected, or at least that the community has the transparency of understanding what's going on within our community. So from here, what are the next steps for this reporting?
We've been following the push for state legislation that would require the pregnancy tracking in all jails. That's something that's now in House committee. Hopefully there will be enough will by Ohio lawmakers to push that out of committee, get it to a full House vote, and then hopefully onto the Senate and the governor's desk.
Lots always happening in your world, and we appreciate the thoughtfulness that goes into crafting each of these. So we just want to thank you, but also congratulations.
Thank you, and thank you for your time.
Yeah, have a great night.
You too.
We're going to go on over to Evan next.
Thank you, Sydney. We're here with our next recipient, Kabir Bhatia. Congratulations, I want to say again, winning the Emmy for program host. So take me through a program host. What do you have to do to get to this stage to win this, to earn this Emmy?
We script the show. Well, I don't script it, but they make the scripts, and then I go in there and I add all sorts of stuff to mess it up. and then we go and we shoot it and they edit it together. Really, I'm a small cog in the machine, but they'll kind of let me have fun and convey the information to people in a way that I hope is fun and informative. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously a lot goes into something like this, and you're on stage. It's a whole new environment. A lot of people cheering for you, being very friendly to you along the way. What has the environment been like for you, not only winning this award, but also all of this weekend? What are the vibes in your head right now?
Oh, well, this weekend there's been so much happening just downtown Cleveland. It's great to see the city alive. We have events here. There's an Indian wedding across the way, so I keep sneaking over trying to blend in and get food. So there's a lot of cool stuff happening. Good. Yeah, it's fun. It's always nice to see our city like this, and also hosting so many great folks from Indy, because we don't get a lot of visitors en masse from another city like that.
And that's what's good about this awards ceremony. It is Great Lakes. There's so many different people from Indy, Ohio, all these different regions, and just so much to look forward to. Now, I want to ask you, along the way, a lot of experience comes with it. Who would you like to thank for getting this Emmy tonight along the way with your path?
Well, I thanked my family. I thanked all of our bosses, editors at the station. I forgot to thank my good friend Igal Kaufman, who does so much for the show.
Yeah.
I don't know what came over me. I think thought I was going to get played off. And Igal, I'm so sorry. I will make it up to you. He's such an important part of the show.
Yeah, and what else can you say about this career that you've had over time? What are maybe some challenges that you've encountered along the way, but have kind of helped you propel your career?
Oh man, it's a slog. Yeah. What's your major?
Journalism at Kent State University. Oof. Yeah.
Okay. Well, get ready. When you're my age,
yeah.
I hope you have more than your first Emmy by my age. How about that?
I'm hoping so. That'd be great.
1,000. You must be in your 20s.
19.
Yeah, you're 19. Okay,
yeah.
Even better. Yeah. I have socks that are your age.
Oh, okay. So obviously the challenges we went through, there's a lot of advice you could give out for your career. I'm getting an Emmy like this. What could you give to young creators in journalism that want to reach this point in their life?
This is what I tell everybody. Don't be afraid to move around. Go to different cities, different markets, experience America. And then when you're ready, you come back to Northeast Ohio, where your family, your roots are, your base is, and you can be here in the media. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're saying there's a lot of baseline stuff here you can get in Northeast Ohio. Obviously, a lot of sports teams to cover, a lot of news stations to go to, and a lot of awards. Obviously, we're getting to other awards like anchors, news anchors, sports anchors, all that. But anything else you want to
add? No, just thanks for the interview. You did a great job.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we're going to head on to our next recipient, Sydney. Or no, Sophia. Sophia's turn.
Yeah, it's me, Evan. So I'm here with Mark Schwab for Sports Anchor. Mark, how do you feel hearing your name?
I'm shocked. I'm still in shock. I've never won an Emmy before. I've never really won anything before. So, yeah, I'm still processing the whole thing. I'm stunned. There's so many good sports anchors in Cleveland and in Indianapolis and in all the other markets in this region. And just to be here holding this thing is I can't believe it. It's fantastic. I love it.
Amazing. So when we were talking, you were like, I'm a sports guy.
I know.
What does this mean for the sports community?
For the sports community, I don't know. For sportscasters, this is a great award. This is there's usually, it's like any other Emmy. It's a huge honor just to be nominated. And then to win it is like a whole nother thing. It's usually the same small group that are kind of in this thing, and all those folks are really good. So it means a lot to me. This is, you work with good people, you can do good things, and we work with a great sports team at Channel 19, and they're a part of this too. Producer Chris Delacease, Leah Doherty, Ashley Holder, Scott Piker, one of our crew. If you work with good folks, you can do good work, and so thank you to them, and I got to shout out to my wife again. I thanked her on the stage. Here's the thing, working in sports, you work nights. Right? You're missing bedtime and dinner time and the soccer game and the baseball game, whatever it is. So I said it out there, I'll say it here, you do real MVP on.
Oh, amazing. That's so sweet. So tell me, what part of the job that most impact you?
Most impact me of my job?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. It's like we were talking before. It's great to tell stories, right? And here's the thing. I work in sports. Sports is the toy department of life. Play with the damn toys. Go have a good time with it, right? There are so many folks out there right now up for and will win awards that cover death, destruction, and mayhem on a daily basis, and I never have to screw around with that. I can go have a good time, and so you best play with the toys. And I try to have fun with it, and I had a good night. Apparently had a good year.
Amazing. So as you said, sport is all about joy. Tell me, what do you hope to impact your audience besides just being happy?
Oh, one thing I love about sports is no matter what you disagree on, and we have become an absurdly divided country, whatever the issue is, I'm not even going to get into them, but whether it's for 3 hours during a game or if it's the World Cup, we were talking before, for those few hours, everyone is on the same team. Everyone's pulling the same direction. And that is one thing I absolutely love about sports, because the guy you never met down the street could be your best friend for 3 hours if you're in the same place watching a game with him. That's one thing I absolutely love about sports, and the joy of winning is hard to exceed.
I mean, the community comes together for sports being just a championship or the Olympics. So that's really amazing. But tell me, it's great, it's very joyful, but tell me one challenge in being a sports anchor.
Oh, man. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like I'm digging ditches or, digging coal out of the ground, but you find yourself covering a lot of big moments, whether it's before the big moment or after the big moment, and you want to do it justice, right? Do it justice. Try to get out of the way. Sure, add your little flair, whatever it is you got to it, but tell the story and let that dog eat, right? Get out of the way. Let it do its thing. And so I'd say that's what you want to live up to.
I'm gonna crash this.
This is Dan DeRost of our news team. He's being honored big time tonight.
I'm gonna crash this because Mark Schwab has a passion for sports. He's a little loud, and there's no coffee involved. He has been nominated how many times?
I never got nominated until 2 years ago, so it's 6, including this one. So 6.
And he's finally a winner.
I'm a winner.
Brother.
Thank you, man.
Welcome to the club, man.
Thank you, buddy.
I love you, kid.
Thank you, man.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that.
Amazing. That's
Dan's up for a
amazing.
huge award later, the Silver Circle. He's in that.
Amazing. Awesome. Thank you so much, and congratulations
Thank you very
again. Thank you guys. We're coming back after the break.
There's a reason Bowling Green State University is ranked #1 in Ohio for student experience. Our in-demand degrees and life design program prepares students for their first career and their next. With an unparalleled support system at a national research university, BGSU offers an unrivaled experience, all on a vibrant campus in one of America's best college towns. It's also why Bowling Green State University is the #1 school in the Midwest that students would choose again for the 4th year in a row. Today,
Welcome back to the Central Great Lakes Emmy Awards. We're Backstage Live. I'm Sydney Brown.
And I'm Sophia Elena.
And we are just 2 of lots of students working behind the scenes today, leading the Backstage Live production. So there's over a dozen of us back here.
Right, it's been amazing. We've been learning so much, meeting so many good people, and just being inspired by the work that we want to do.
Exactly, and so we're from Kent State University, but we also have students from VGSU, Bowling Green State University, and I think we just met our newest best friends.
Truly, truly, this has been such a great collaboration, and everyone is putting such good work. We're very honored to be here, and yeah, it's been really fun.
Yeah, we're at Hotel Cleveland today, so a really cool place to be, but it's really the people in this room that are the inspiration, so especially for us as aspiring journalists. This is truly so
amazing. I've heard so many good stories from heartbeat reporters with immigration and so many issues to sports guys that are so energetic and just so happy, and it's just so exciting.
And you know, for me at least, the theme has been they just really care about the people that they're telling stories for, whether it is the sports or it is really in depth about what they need to cover to understand the community better. For what's been the takeaway for you so far?
Oh, definitely. Plus, like, just honoring everyone that is behind the camera, helping, and just bringing back to the community and just helping everyone. I've met people who talked about restaurants and the importance of it. It's been great, and people are so happy and so excited for their work, and it's just really inspiring to see how they love doing this and how it actually rewards you. So yeah, it's been amazing.
Right. When you love what you do, you don't go to work. And that's the idea for us. We're really excited just to be learning from each recipient as they come back here. And if you're late to tuning in so far and you weren't able to be here today, what's really cool about being backstage is we have all of the Emmy boxes lined up.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I am just like wanting to touch one, just touch one, just because first of all, it looks beautiful. Second of all, it's just it means so much. So yeah, it's been an honor to just look around, plus seeing their happy faces with it. It is amazing. And we can see from them celebrating with their coworkers to saying, I'm gonna call my mom. And it's amazing.
It's truly really special to see, and from the shiny gold, people are really beaming from inside out of getting the recognition of their work, but also celebrating the teams behind it too.
It's been just a great celebration. Everyone is really happy. Everyone is dressed so nice. It's just been such a great time. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part so far, I think, was we're back here. We're all like super giddy before the live stream started, and the welcome tonight was from Al Roker, which was really fun to see. And he worked briefly in Cleveland at one point in his career and was just shouting out the journalists and that both television and video production that's happening in the Great Lakes region. So that was really special to kick off the night.
Definitely.
But I can't pick a favorite, right?
Oh no, I'm so excited for the rest of it. And I'm really excited. We have a small TV and I can see little bits and pieces of each and every recipient's and nominee's work. So yeah, it's been amazing.
I think we have our next recipients coming up.
We do. Amazing. Evan, it's with you.
Thank you, Sophia. This time I got it right. We are now with the recipients of Breaking Spot News, the crew at WXIN and WTTV. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much.
This is incredible. These awards are absolutely stunning. So, you were just on stage. Everyone was cheering for you. The crowd goes wild. What is going through your brain today? What's happening? What excitement is happening through you?
I can't even describe the excitement level when we were officially announced to win this award, because there was a lot of hard work behind this, and it's certainly a team effort. So it certainly feels like it was truly in the moment. We almost had a tornado hit our news station. Wow. And everyone was taking cover in the control rooms as we were covering that tornado that was so close to us. So I just that feeling of gratitude, not only for just the recognition, but just the hard work that goes behind the team and having that team.
A lot of hard work, a lot of team involvement, especially at your state. In what station are you based? What state or city?
Oh, so we're in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Nice.
Yes.
Indy's pretty cool. I've never been, but I want to go. We're around the Cleveland area, of course. But a lot goes into these productions, all these live shots, all these things. Who do you guys have to thank for your accomplishments today, getting these Emmys?
I don't know. Who would you guys say? I mean,
I would think the people who are in the control room the night of and the days following. A lot of our coverage follows the aftermath going into the communities after. I know Sam was in the control room that night of when the tornadoes almost hit the station, and I was there the day after. And so following up on that coverage, but being heroic to be on air and during that time and taking cover in the same room where you have to put the TV and the news on is a unique experience. So, I mean, I commend them for keeping their composure to keep our audience safe in the days following too.
There's always a little level of anxiety when you're doing breaking weather news, in particular when we are breaking into tornado warnings because of the impact it has on the community. And this event happened at night. It was an EF2. By the time it was getting close to the station, it was weakening, but it was still really close. We lost power in the building. Our generators flipped on, but we were able to still be on air because of our team effort and just the setup that we have. Thankfully, we were able to stay on the entire time. We didn't have any hiccups or anything.
That's incredible.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so obviously a scary story, but you guys are able to successfully cover it well. You talked about collaboration, staying in the moment. So, I don't know, years of work in the making. What what else can you contribute this accomplishment to? There's a lot of stories that go out, a lot of audiences that see these stories and these live breaking news. What can you tell more for the audience? What are they trying to get out of the stories?
I think on my behalf, and also probably several others, we go into this business for the people, for our community. We care about them, and we're going to do everything we possibly can to help. And we will, get out that information as long as we possibly can, and we will do it just with a lot of heart, because that's why we got into this business.
Yeah, and I hope it continues to thrive for you guys. I want to say thank you and congratulations, but now you're welcome. And then we're going to head now back to our next recipient with Sydney.
Hey, Evan, thank you. I'm now with Roderick Ingram, Sr. Now, congratulations. This is a really special win tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Can you just tell me a little bit? We were just discussing this. This is your first Emmy.
Well, it's not my first Emmy, but it's the first for our show. And Akron Children's Health System, which is throughout Ohio, in addition to excellent clinical care, we celebrate how others contribute to the advancement of the wellness and health of kids. So we created this show that really, through the kids' lens, talks about all these other things that help kids be well. So we're excited to have this award.
And to highlight something that's really special and keen on this community,
Yes.
Can you just tell me about why you guys really wanted to continue this?
Oh, absolutely, because access to wellness is more than just clinicians and hospitals, it's communities. And so as we strive to increase sort of access through all of our communities, we're educating people, we're educating parents, community activists, civic organizations, others, to say that kids will tell you what they need to be well. And so our kids actually host this show. Our kids in many ways produce this show. Our kids are involved in all the segments, and it airs 8 times a year on Channel 3 in Cleveland. And we're just excited that people are recognizing the important contributions that many are making to the advancement of more childhood.
And truly, there's so much work getting done at Akron Children's Hospital, but this specific angle on it, I think, is cutting through more to the community of that great work.
Absolutely. We cannot do it alone. 80% of most health outcomes come from non-clinical things. So from the humanities to community organizations to educators, first responders, parents, everyone play a role in this, and we need them. So we just enjoy really celebrating this moment.
And what have you learned, I guess, by being there and talking to these kids? You're telling their kids are the ones that are really the way to cut through to hear what they need.
Yeah, obviously, we have our own kids who are now adults, and they taught us a lot. But it's nice to see us validated by seeing other kids say many of the same things that a lot of parents just aren't aware of. So they're educating the grown-ups, and then our clinicians validate that at the end of the show.
And continuing just to see that this work is now just being celebrated at the highest level here with Natus. Congratulations. I just really hope to see more work that cuts through like this.
Yeah, so do I. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Now we're going to go over to Sophia once again.
Thank you, Sydney. I am here with the recipient for the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion short or long form, Todd Gold. How has it been? How do you feel?
I'm very excited. It's a great opportunity. I've had several chances over the years. I felt very fortunate to be able to come back to Natus for the Lower Great Lakes Emmy Awards. It's really a terrific project. This particular one is about the first elected African American mayor of any American city, Richard Hatcher from Gary, Indiana. Quite a pioneer trailblazer in the civil rights movement in the 60s and 70s, and was a consultant to President Jimmy Carter, and then with Nelson Mandela when he was freed from prison and became president of South Africa. So Mayor Hatcher's legacy is really rich and deep and important. And I think sometimes he was really good friends with Jesse Jackson and Martin Luther King and Ralph Abernathy and John Lewis, and marched with a lot of those people. And I think it was just kind of important that that important Hoosier get recognized in the way that we were able to do with this particular production.
Amazing. It's such an important topic, but also very challenging. Could you tell me a little bit about the challenges that you face from understanding how to tell the story and what to focus on?
Right. I think really the key thing first was talking to Mayor Hatcher's family, Reagan Hatcher, who's a state legislator in Indiana, following in her father's footsteps. He has 2 other daughters who are high-powered attorneys in Chicago. So the whole family is very successful, but really being sensitive to telling the family's story and to kind of understanding what this guy went through. He survived an assassination attempt. He was fighting power brokers in his own party as well as people on the other side of the aisle, and yet was still able to come through and serve 5 terms as mayor of Gary and create a lot of opportunities for African Americans in that area.
Amazing. And tell me, what do you hope the audience takes away from it, and what impacts them the most?
Well, I think a lot of it is just knowing, is sort of celebrating his legacy and reminding people of what this guy did and the kind of impact that he had, not just in Indiana but all over the United States in the civil rights movement at that time, and deeply respected and revered. And I think that that's a legacy that's worth remembering and repeating.
Amazing. And talking a little bit more about the technical aspects of the storytelling, how did you proceed with that? What was your takes in it? How did you make the storytelling?
Sure. I mean, we spent a lot of time up at the archives at Indiana University Northwest, where we were diving into a lot of his letters and photographs and records. We spent a lot of time with historians from that area. We talked to political leaders, social leaders, civil rights leaders around the country to talk about him and his legacy. And then. Because of that, all these great stories kept coming out, and it made the story much richer and helped us to understand this great civil rights pioneer.
Amazing. Tell me a little bit, do you have anyone else you want to thank? Because so many people are behind such a big project.
Sure. I mean, of course, I always appreciate Indiana University and the IU Media School and WTIU PBS for always supporting my work, has been supporting my work for many, many years, and allow me to go forth and produce these kinds of documentaries that take great stories from Indiana and then help expand that story nationally and share those with viewers all across the country.
Amazing. And I know tonight it's all about celebrating, but what comes next after such an impactful story?
Sure. I've got a couple of different documentaries that are coming out. We've got one on Jean Stratton Porter, who was a feminist environmentalist from the turn of the 20th century, who helped save many, many thousands of acres of wildlife around, not just in Indiana, but around the United States, and was a best-selling novelist and nature photographer, and the first female to own her own Hollywood production company. So we're again celebrating, I guess, diversity and equity with a very powerful Hoosier woman who did a lot of great things when a lot of people told her that women were not allowed, and she very much said that no, she very much could do that, and then showed us how to do that. So that's coming out later this year.
That's amazing, and I see a pattern of like telling stories of people that maybe not everyone knows, and maybe they should know. Why did you choose that path?
Well, I think I've always been a history geek, and I really love those types of stories, especially those ones of folks who maybe are just a little bit under the radar. You know, we understand that the impact of a Martin Luther King, or those types of folks, but coming back and telling these stories about these other people that had this kind of impact in Indiana, like Mayor Richard Hatcher, really brings that story home for a lot of viewers, I think, in the Midwest and then throughout the United States.
That's amazing. Congratulations. Yeah, thank you so much.
You bet.
Yeah. Now we go to Evan.
Thank you, Sophia. We're now back with some more recipients. Our recipients for our historical, cultural, short or long film Emmy Award winners, Nick and Michaela Beckham. Guys, how are we feeling today? So much just happened on stage. We are dripped out. You got the sparkly shoes. How are we feeling? What's going through our heads right now?
We're feeling amazing. This is an honor. We worked very hard, us and our team, and we really appreciate everyone who believed in us and who voted for us. So we just felt amazing.
Yeah, it's extremely amazing. Definitely feeling blessed. It was a lot of no's before this big yes right here, and it's just completely a blessing, and we're just honored. And I mean, the hard work definitely pays off in this show. So.
Yeah, and it's about the journey that got us here along the way. A lot of things that go into it. What is a challenge you guys had to face to, maybe dive over that adversity, making sure you guys get here after you said so many no's, now to get the yes. So what is that feeling like to get through that, those challenges, and what were they?
So, getting through those challenges, it's just basically just believing in yourself. Like, that's what it's all about, bringing together a community of people who have dreams and goals and who just want a chance to showcase their talents. So we bring people together from all walks of life, all over the world, and we just enjoy, meeting new people and helping everyone. Of
course.
Yeah.
Just to piggyback off of that, oftentimes, through the journey, when things get hard, sometimes you want to give up, and things don't always go as planned. And creating this film, sometimes it didn't go as planned, and there was times we had to move the date and stuff like that, and we just had to continue to stay on course and keep pressing and keep pushing forward. And as you can see, it resulted into an Emmy, and we relied on each other.
Yeah, and that got you to this point where we're at now. So a lot of this. Quickly, is there anyone you'd like to thank before we get you guys out of here?
First, I want to thank God for, being able to stand by our side and get us through this journey. And also, I want to thank our team. Some of our members weren't able to make it, but I just want to thank them for, working together. And we just, we're able to all bring this vision to life. Yeah.
Thank everybody.
Samesies?
Yeah, samesies, yes.
All right, well, thank you guys so much. Congratulations again. And we are going to go back to Sydney with our next recipient.
Evan, thank you so much. We're continuing these celebrations, and now I'm joined by Leon Bibb. Thank you so much. It's great to meet you, and congratulations.
Thank you. It's good to be here. It's always nice to win a trophy, too. But I love the work. I love the work. That's the important thing.
And tell me about this specific Emmy tonight.
This was one for a series I called Then and Now. We look at what's going on right now, but we go back in time. As an example, with the restorations that are going on at Cleveland Airport, we go back to the beginning of the airport in 1925, and we tell the story from 1925 to the present day. Things like that. And so that was our then and now. We look at the past and we kind of tie it to the present day, and of course tie it to the future. When you look at it, the past and the present and the future are all on the same line.
And we're always learning. So this category in particular is about nostalgia news. So being able to really have that historical lens on things. What was that opportunity like to take time to really dedicate to learning about the history here in Cleveland?
Well, I love history anyway, but it's wonderful to delve into where things come from. Let me tell you a little bit about Cleveland Airport. Yes. One of the pieces we did in a few seconds. In this hotel that we are in, when the airport was built in 1925, before there was radar and all of that, there was a big arrow on the top of this hotel pointing that way to the airport. For flyers who were coming in daytime, they'd look down, oh, the airport is to the south of the hotel. So we uncover things like that, and we include those things in our story.
And truly, the talent of understanding how things were done before we had some of this technology today, that is truly fascinating.
Technology has changed so much, but many things remain the same. They are universal from time immemorial to the present day. Some things are just universal.
And you already said you loved history, you love telling stories, but why do you still love doing this?
It's all I've ever wanted to do since I was in the 6th grade, when my 6th grade teacher told me, you can write, you ought to be a journalist. And I've been a journalist for the last 50 years or so.
Tell me about the writing piece of it. You have to be able to write first to be able to do anything.
You've got to be able to write, you've got to be able to tell that story and to find the words and to hold the interest of the audience. You mix that with good video, with good storytelling, with good sound bites, and voila, look at what you have.
And you've found the secret sauce, I feel like, with all of that, though, over the years.
It works for me. It has worked for decades.
And truly, though, where journalism is heading, you're really trying to dedicate time to telling these stories and investing in the community. Can you tell me, though, how you feel of the time that people are devoting to telling great stories? That's what tonight's all about.
Ever since time memorial, even before radio, before television, before all of that, people sat around the fireside and they would say, tell me what happened to you today. Tell me a good story. And that has always been my attitude. Leon, says, "Let me tell you a good story." And a lot of times I go to dinners and people will tell me, "Leon, tell me a story." So it's just part of the human drama. It's part of who we are as humans to tell stories. Television is changing a great deal in these days. We don't know exactly where it's going right now, but I can guarantee you there will always be need for someone to tell the story.
And I know you said that your wife is watching from home and cheering you on and everything. Is there anyone else, though, that you want to shout out as you've continued to make such a name for yourself with your great quality work here?
Well, I've worked with great producers. I've worked with Susan Moses. She's not here tonight. I've accepted the award for her as well. And Matt Hine, who's an archivist and who is also our primary editor on the pieces I do. I give a shout out to them. They're wonderful people. And then there are other people out there who know me and know that I'm here and know that I was up for an Emmy tonight, and they send me their support, they send me their love, they send me their prayers, and my children and my grandchildren and all of them and all my good friends. So I say thank you to them for just supporting me, and my wife for supporting me all these years.
And truly, such a legendary name to have here tonight. But there's also a whole room full of inspiring journalists and storytellers. What makes you excited when you're coming to these events?
Well, it's always good to be with good people who tell stories, good people who are journalists. That's all I've ever wanted to be, is the journalist. And there are good people throughout the room, no matter whether they're photographers or writers or producers or associate producers, assignment editors, or people in management. We all work together. It's like a football team. Everybody has a job to do. It takes at least 3 people to get anything on the air today. It takes at least 3 people, at least. In the control room, you got your people in the street, your photographers. You've got to work together to make it happen. Without those people, there is no Leon Bibb. Not doing television, at least. I may be standing on a street corner yelling or screaming, hear ye, this is the news today. But I need those people to get on television. And we all work together, and Lord knows I love them dearly.
Congratulations once again. It was great chatting with you. I've learned so much from you.
Good chatting with you, too, and good luck to you.
Thank you. We're going to go over to our next Emmy recipient.
Hi guys, I'm back with the Gold Circle recipient, Nick Rich. Nick, what an amazing honor is this to be recognized for your years in the field?
Thank you very much. It's quite an honor to be here with all the other Silver Circle and Gold Circle awards over the nominees over the years, and I feel really honored.
That's amazing. Looking back into your career, what do you think you're most proud of? I know this is a hard question, but...
Well, I think one of the things I'm most proud of is the fact that the technology changed so much, and I was able to adapt to it. Because when I first started, it was film, and you had to process the film and edit the film with razor blades and get it for air. And then from that, it went to videotape. I was able to do that, and then digital. So I think that is... Technically, that was one of the more interesting things that I've been able to do.
That's amazing, but that sounds really, really challenging. How do you pull through with that?
Well, it's you just adapt to it, and the storytelling gets easier for you. It makes it look better technology-wise, and the storytelling is really what I really enjoy. So, and the big thing in my career was the Mahoning Valley steel mills that closed in the late 70s when I first started. And we covered all those closings and unemployment for at least 10, 15 years. Yeah, it was really tough.
That's amazing. I'm sure you feel so proud of the career you've been through. We talked, it's about 50 years, over 50 years?
I'm in my 51st.
Wow.
And I'm still doing it.
That's amazing. What makes you keep doing it and being so passionate?
I just love doing it. I love the photography part of it, the editing part of it, and plus telling stories of people that deserve it. And issues that maybe people didn't realize, and being part of that.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, and congratulations again. We're going to Sydney.
Hi, Sophia. Well, I've had the honor of working with that Gold Circle winner. Nick Rich is such an honor to work with at WKBN in Youngstown and continues to tell some great stories. And now, though, I must say I'm super excited because I get to work and talk to the Silver Circle winner, Joanne Larson, who has dedicated lots of her time to this media industry and broadcast, but also has been our advisor for broadcasting at Kent State University. Joanne, so much is going on today, and I've talked enough. Please tell us about this honor today.
Well, you know, I've been nominated once, but I've never won an Emmy. But this was really special. It was more special, you know, because this is being honored by your peers in the business. And what the story I told when I did my speech was just how it's always been a career that's just been fun. You know, it's been fun. It's never dull. It's creative. And time passes so fast, you just don't even realize, you know, that it's going down. But
and may I add that you've been dedicated to your craft for over 45 years.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy in that regard, too. And at the same station. You know, I was still at one TV station. But I freelanced a lot, too, which was nice because it gives you a lot of diversity. And now what I'm doing at Kent is great because I'm working with you young people, which is great. Just want to see you exceed and have fun in the same careers.
And more than that, may I say, you've really taken the time to invest in us as students to make sure that we feel supported coming into this industry. But moments of recognition like this, I am just so excited that we get to celebrate you today because it's more than deserved.
Thank you. I really appreciate it all. Thanks. And thanks to Natus.
Absolutely. And truly, though, what was going through your mind when you found out you were going to be a Silver Circle recipient this year?
Oh, I was pretty shocked. I was pretty shocked. But I thought, wow, well, sure have been here a long time. So that's what it's all about.
And I know you said that your husband and your son are joining you tonight.
Yeah.
So what has it been like to see them just
They're
getting
laughing.
to see you?
They're laughing because they know what I've been through all these years. So it's, yeah, they're good. They're good.
Where is this going to go now?
I don't know. Well, I'm building a house, so I guess I'll put it in my new office. So, okay.
Very exciting, and we're so excited. All of us back here, we're taking pictures of you on stage. So congratulations, Joanne.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
We're going to go over to our newest Emmy recipient.
All right, Sydney, thank you. And I want to shout out Joanne. She has been such a light to Kent State University and our broadcast team, and we love her so much, so congratulations to her. But other people I want to congratulate are these Silver Circle winners. Remind me your names again.
I'm Dan DeRosa,
Dan
Channel 19.
DeRosa, Channel 19.
Tracy Carlin.
Tracy, yep.
Frank Mason from Channel
Frank
3.
Mason. You guys have been incredible. You guys have dedicated so much of your lives to your programs respectively, and obviously you're very deserving of these awards. So looking back at these careers, what are you most proud of in your years of service? You want to take it?
Oh, yeah, 'cause you put me right on.
Yeah. Oh, man, uh-oh.
I would say helping people. I mentioned it earlier. We did a story this week about a 79-year-old woman who was about to go to jail because her yard was unkempt, but she couldn't handle it anymore. And we kind of ignited the movement to get people to help. So after all these years, we can still help people in the news business and make a difference.
I've always said that as a reporter or an anchor, people are trusting us with their stories. And unfortunately, many times it's at one of their lowest points in their lives. And we have to be good stewards of their story to bring that to the people who need to hear it. Sometimes it's when people are at the highest point of their life, and it's a joyous occasion. But too many times it's because they've lost a loved one. It's because they're watching a sentencing of somebody who murdered a loved one. And I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't represent their words. It's their words, it's their story, and it's just my job to bring it to the people.
Yeah, I would say serving our communities has been the best thing. Even though I work behind the scenes, I mean, it's kind of my role to make sure that there's a cohesive newscast and that I support the anchors and the reporters in the field and getting the story on the air. So, again, I think we do a very good job of serving our local communities. I know kind of the road ahead is a little rocky now with mergers and acquisitions going on, but I mean, that's been the biggest thing for me over the last 38 years is just being part of that community in this way and working with my friends on the air.
Good luck to you and all the,
thank
the young
you.
people that are working here. You guys are running this, and
I
you're
appreciate
running an
that.
incredible operation. You're our future.
Yeah.
The work that we have done, we're watching you do what we did 25 plus years
And it's all about real work. It's about the truth. It's about telling real stories that people want to hear about. Quickly, is there anyone you guys want to thank before we move on?
Absolutely, my wife and my family.
My family and my Woo's family.
I would say my family as well. I mean, we're always at work, it seems like. So.
Yeah, well, thank you for your dedication and congratulations again. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Good luck to you guys to keep going. Sophia, we're back to you.
Thank you, Evan. Such an inspiration. So now I'm here with the recipient for Societal Concern Single Ship News, Tiffany Tucker. Tiffany, we've been talking backstage a little bit about your story. Could you share that? It's such an impactful one.
Yeah, this is a story that happened back in November of 2022 around Thanksgiving. And I've been doing this for a while, but this was one of these stories that really impacted me. I sat in the living room of Tim and Tamia Woods. They just lost their only son, 17-year-old James Woods. He was a victim of sextortion. More than 200 texts in a matter of hours. He thought he was exchanging conversation with someone. They showed him an explicit photo and asked him to do the same, and he did so. And that person threatened to share that compromising picture with others, his friends and everything else, and the pressure was just too much. He ended up taking his life. His parents, Tim and Tamia Woods, have turned their pain into purpose. They've made it their mission to reach out to people all over the country and beyond, educators, parents, students, to let them know the dangers of being on social media. Of course, social media has their benefits, but there are several dangers in it, and there are predators online. And so the story, Tamia was named People Magazine's Woman of the Year for our area. But more importantly, it's bittersweet. The White House just announced a few weeks ago that the president will sign the James T. Woods Act in honor of their child who lost his life. So this story goes way beyond, because it continues. Unfortunately, victims are still out there, but those parents, Tim and Tamia, continue to make it their mission to help others. And so I'm very proud that I was able to share their story, even though it's a very sad story, to help others.
That's amazing. It's such an impactful one. But I want to know, what do you hope the audience gets from it? I know the story, it's in hopes to change, but what do you hope the audience takes from it?
Well, I first kind of came upon this story because I was just calling our local police department, because I have children, finding out, hey, what's going on in the middle school, what's going on in the elementary school, what's going on in the high school, and I hadn't heard really of sextortion at the time. So it really opened my eyes as a parent, because they had conversations with their son. They had the password into his phone. He had an open relationship. In fact, just a few hours earlier, they were going to a college conference. So I just hope that people know that it's okay to sit down and have these open, serious conversations with your kids, and let your kids know that they can come to their parents or educators or their church members in a situation like this.
I mean, it's such a hard topic. How do you help yourself keep grounded? Because of course, in the field, you encounter several hard stories, but as a mother and everything, how do you keep yourself grounded and actually try to keep going? What motivates you?
What motivates me is knowing that it could help others, even if it's one person. And Tamia and I and Tim, we have become friends, and she's just so inspirational to me, and he's so inspirational to me. And you have to keep going. That's what you get in it for. Journalists, you have to share people's stories, good and bad.
Amazing. Yeah, that's such an impactful and important story. So thank you so much for sharing it.
Appreciate it.
And congratulations. Very well earned.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, we're going to Sydney.
Hi, you guys. So we are continuing the celebrations, and I'm now joined by Mike Berlin. Congratulations, not for just one Emmy tonight, but two.
Thank you, Sydney. That's it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's unbelievable to think about. And but it's like I'm so proud. The name of our show was called Chronicles. We were an anthology docu-series out of Erie, Pennsylvania, and we tried to sort of highlight some of the lesser told stories, some that were culturally prevalent to the time, and some that were more historically based.
And you told me that a lot of it is focused and centered around a reason we're all here tonight of journalism. So can you tell me a little bit more about those?
So two of our last episodes were we separated them, and they were called Breaking the News. The first half was about the local history of print, media, and radio, because we used to get our news through the radio. And then the second one was about the history of the local PBS station, WQLN, represent, and what is happening, unfortunately, with ever since the CPB rescission package that was passed in 2025. And there's a lot of PBS stations, PBS and NPR stations that have lost and are just hemorrhaging funding at this point. And it's a real concern because PBS has been allowed to be this, the PBS stations have been allowed to be this autonomous, separate sort of entity for news. And we haven't had to sort of paid creed and paid homage to a larger corporation. And that's okay. News, as long as the news gets out there and truthfully and honestly, that's all right. But it's like sometimes it takes different ways.
And news has historically, the public has believed that it's very negative.
Yeah.
But the goal of these stories is not to scare the public. We just want to be transparent of what's happening in these communities. So can you tell me a bit about how you tied up these stories of sharing what's next?
Yeah, 1,000%. Listen, on the show, we always talked about being apolitical. Doesn't matter. Erie is an interesting sort of little pocket of the country because we are a political bellwether. As Erie goes, or sometimes they say as Ohio goes, but as Erie goes also, it will vote, like when we voted Republican, it's been a Republican president. When we voted Democrat, it's been a Democratic president. And the reality is that as truth has become something that has become questionable to people, it's important to try to get outfits and outlets that are unbiased. And Chronicles, we tried to put a little bit of a spotlight on that and a microscope on it and just talk about it. It's like, hey, you don't necessarily, and this is nothing against them, you don't necessarily want to get all your news from CNN, Fox News, MS Now, or wherever you're going to, or the 6:30 anchors. And your local news really is trying to just, because they're your neighbors. And so that's a little bit of what's going on from the Erie standpoint.
Well, we appreciate these stories, and clearly we need them. So thank you for what you're doing, and congratulations. We hope you keep celebrating tonight of the great work being done in Erie.
Yeah, well, we will. Wish it was for a lighter, kid-friendly thing, but appreciate what you guys doing it here. And thank you for recognizing the show. And continue to support your local PBS station no matter where you are.
Thank you so much. We're going to go over to Sophia, but we're going to continue these conversations as well.
Thank you, Sydney. I am here joined by Sierra Putman, the recipient for Societal Concerns No Production Time Limit News. Sierra, how do you feel?
I'm really thankful. As part of the 13 Investigates team, we work on a lot of stories that are really hard, and our job is to help our community understand how fellow neighbors are impacted in losing home. It was 2 stories about people losing their homes. One person, he was evicted, and we uncovered how some landlords were speeding up the process by making the process more expensive and move more quickly. And then the second story, it was about a man who lost his home after he thought he got this quick cash deal, and he found out that deal just wasn't as good as he had hoped. And so I really fought for that story, and I'm really thankful that we were able to just kind of tell our community what's out there and what to look for. And that's so important for what we do.
That's amazing. And tell me a little bit about how you found out that story and how you proceed to tell it. What approaches did you take and all that, so you could actually pay respect and actually tell their story?
Well, both of these stories came because of tips. The first one, when we're talking about evictions, we received a tip that more and more of these evictions, instead of going to small claims courts, they were going to superior court, which is what the court you normally think about for criminals, people who have maybe murdered somebody or hurt somebody, and the process in that court is just a lot more difficult. And then the other story about those contracts, we found out from a tip. Another woman who we also featured in our story, she reached out to us, and a real estate agent that she was working with reached out to us, and he just said, hey, there's something about these contracts, I'm not sure if they are ethical. And so we started looking into them, and we laid out the language in those contracts that people should look out for so they could protect themselves and hold on to their properties.
Amazing. And as you talked about, is a little bit about bringing awareness to the audience, but what do you hope it impacts the audience with? What do you hope they take away most of it from that story?
I think it needs to be educational, and I feel like our job as journalists, it's not to pick a side either way, but it is to highlight what's happening in communities through facts and showing people and helping them understand how their neighbors get into these situations. So my hope whenever I do a story like this is to bring awareness and allow the community to see what's happening, and then figure out, based off those stories, figure out ways to address those issues if they think they're not being handled in the proper way.
Amazing. And every project has its challenges, but something that is so deep and kind of hidden, what were the biggest challenges that you guys faced?
Well, whenever you're talking about people losing their homes, you're dealing with something very personal, right? And one of the issues we had was trying to get people to talk about these issues. People were embarrassed. The gentleman who was kind enough to go on camera and tell us his story about signing the contract, he expressed how his friends made fun of him because he signed a contract he didn't understand. And so I'm just so thankful that people are willing to tell those very personal stories so then we can warn other people in the community. And I think that's what they're really hoping by telling the stories, to just warn other people.
That's amazing. And talking a little bit about you, your work in this award, what it means to you?
I believe journalism is a calling. I think we do a public service. We are supposed to be advocates for our communities to help them understand what's happening, to make sure that they understand how they can have power and they can either push their elected officials to make changes if they want. So I'm very honored that I get to tell these stories, and I just hope that it helps our community.
Amazing. And if you could pick a moment throughout this whole process that you could maybe relive, or the best moment of it, what would it be?
I think the best moment was just these people feeling more comfortable being able to share their experience and help having other people understand how you can end up in a situation like this.
That's amazing. Do you have anything else to add about the situation or anything?
I don't think so. I just think that housing is a big issue, and we really need to make sure the people in our community understand how it impacts.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, and congratulations again. So now we go to Evan. Hi, Evan.
Thank you, Sophia. A bunch more recipients to get to, this time for interview discussion. Emmy, I want to congratulate Cornell Calhoun III. Congratulations, sir. Very well done. And who are you joined by? Joined by Christian? Editor. All right. So a lot goes into this stuff. A lot of cheering, a lot of stuff on stage. You guys look incredible. You're in blue.
Thank you.
You're in green. I asked you earlier what you're wearing because I'm so jealous, and the glasses are awesome.
Thank you.
What are the emotions going through your head right now after you achieved this Emmy?
Christian?
Oh, I mean, so this is great. This is my second Emmy, and I mean, I'm just elated. You know, I love it.
You know, I'm a filmmaker and a playwright by trade, so I've always dreamed about being on stage, getting an Oscar or a Tony. But you know, God works in mysterious ways, so I'll accept this Emmy.
No, as a previous actor myself, I can testify to that. I'm in the journalism field now, and there's always that little love for theater and like wanting to be on stage and getting those awards. But like you said, you know, God had a plan for you, and obviously this is so big. There's a lot of people that help make these projects happen, obviously. Who can you guys thank for your to help you along the way to get to where you're at today?
Well, I think we first have to thank Lisa Collins and the Superhero Project. I mean, it was all about the kids and the disabilities and the artists who collaborated with them to create the superheroes that they are. So, we got to give a shout out to Lisa Collins of the Superhero Project.
Yeah, what do you think?
I just want to thank our team. We have a great team who helps us and pushes us to be great.
Yeah, a team is a big part of a collaboration in all these aspects. So obviously there's some hurdles along the way that help us maybe get through adversity, get through a few things. What hurdles do you guys overcome to get to this spot, to get this award, to, be at the top of the mountain?
Well, I mean, first of all, I think there's an incredible amount of very talented people in this field. I mean, when you think about it, I think Leon said like 45. Harry Boomer said 45 years, and for us to come out on top in this category, I mean that says it all right there. And this is only my 4th year in the business, so I know Christian's been in it a while longer, but I'm humbled by it.
He summed it up.
He summed it up well, yeah. Is there anyone else that you guys think could have contributed to this award, getting this Emmy? Anyone else you'd want to shout out?
Well, once again, on stage, I think our leadership team, our media director, and Nikki, all the crew, everybody, and our director, Janelle Bass Hawthorne. I mean, she encourages us to strive for excellence, and that here we are,
Same. Want to shout out to my family, my wife, my son.
All right. I hope they're watching. They're watching, right? All right, good. And a lot of people watch you guys and look up to you as, maybe not filmmakers, but, people on stage, working behind the scenes, all that stuff. What advice could you give to young either filmmakers or people on stage that could one day be in this spot, that one day could get an Emmy and be in this position getting interviewed? What's the bottom line of advice you would give?
For me, I just think that, you got to believe and you got to work hard. If you put in the work, you'll be successful. I mean, that's how I look at it. I never knew that I would be in this position. But I believed in myself, and I had a great team behind me.
Yeah, for sure.
I would just say, be creative. Pretty much just think outside the box and do what's natural for you.
I always tell people, you're not going to get the best experiences in your life without going outside your comfort zone, doing things that you're not comfortable with that one day could aspire to be something better. So I want to ask you one more thing, and that is, if there's one thing that you would change about this, what would you change about it and why? Or you could say nothing. Would you change nothing about how you've won this award?
I would.
I mean, I wouldn't change anything. I would like to interview more kids in the Superhero Project and do maybe a documentary.
All right. And the last one. Was this interview good for your standards? I got to know. It was good? All right. Well, thank you guys so much. I want to say congratulations again. And we are going to get back to our next recipient with Sydney. Sydney?
Hey, Evan, thank you so much. Now, I found some great folks from WQLN. Great to meet you guys. Congratulations, most importantly.
Yes, thank you. But he got 4 tonight.
Well, we're having a great night. We're representing Erie, Pennsylvania. It's a very small PBS market, but we're just so thrilled to be recognized.
I just chatted with Mike, and he was saying how much you guys are excited to be here representing Erie.
Erie, PA, yeah. A lot of gratitude tonight and a lot of magic happening.
Well, speaking of magic, this Emmy is specifically about a very incredible story of a magician.
It is. He was the first magician to become an international star. And he was the real Wizard of Oz, and he mentored Houdini. His name is Harry Keller, and that's what we did our documentary on. He directed it. This guy's the magician. He's the real magician.
Tell me about this, though, as the director behind the scenes here.
Well, as a native of Erie, Harry Keller's from Erie, and I was a magician in my youth, not as good as Bobby Borgia over here, but getting the opportunity to come back and tell that story of that famous Erie magician it's just been a really rewarding experience.
He got lost in history, and it was a good thing to do together as a group and a team. It was phenomenal. Very grateful. Yeah.
But when you're approaching a documentary, something that could be very overwhelming, where did you start with telling this story with such care?
Well, that I attribute mostly to Bobby, because he linked us up with some very big names in the magic world that are out west who know the full story of the life of Harry Keller. So we started with the history. I mean, he was big and famous in like the 1900s, early 1900s. So really digging into the old newspapers, the old stories, and then trying to put that on screen in a way that's engaging, dynamic, and keeps people interested.
And that's where the magic comes in. Yeah, truly. It was an honor for me because he was my childhood. I'm a professional magician, and he was the guy that I looked up to as a kid. And there's a lot of synchronicity of him coming in and out of my life, and we were both born in Erie, PA. Just gratitude, true gratitude.
Boys.
Yeah.
You guys are such a treat to chat with, but truly, like, this documentary is really connecting with people now, and is an Emmy award-winning documentary.
It's kind of mind-blowing. I think the world needs more positivity and more magic right now. So I think we did a good job, Jesse.
I agree.
Yeah, very blessed. Very blessed.
Great to meet you both. Congratulations.
Nice. Yeah,
and we're going to keep those celebrations going.
Thank you.
Yes? Okay, good. All right, we're going to go over to Sophia next. Sophia?
Thank you, Sydney. I am here for the recipients from Topical Documentary, Chris and Josh. They did the Ripples of Plastic. Guys, we talked a little bit behind the scenes about your documentary, but could you explain to me a little bit more about it? And it's such an impactful topic.
Yeah, so Ripples of Plastic is a feature film about Great Lakes plastic pollution, and it's basically how the plastic enters into the water, who's kind of cleaning it up, who's kind of the different researchers, activists on the ground kind of working to fix the problems, and also we wrap the film up at the end with a little bit of health benefit, like the health detriments, not benefits, like plastic pollution, what it's kind of doing to our bodies and stuff. A lot of research coming out, like even in the last year, that this is quickly becoming a bigger and bigger problem. So
that's amazing. And Chris is the director and Josh is the editor. How do you guys feel receiving this? Because we talked about it. It's your first Emmy.
It's crazy. I know. Yeah, this was Chris's kind of passion project during COVID, so it's been a long time. Yeah, so we've been living with this film, going to different festivals and stuff. So yeah, this feels like the icing on the top. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah.
That's amazing. And can we talk a little bit about the process of making it, the shots, the video, the interviews, everything?
Yeah, so the project kind of started in 2021. We started pre-production, going through doing research with different researchers and just starting to learn about the whole issue. And then we started filming. That took about 2 years, and then we were in the edit for another half a year or so. And then we started doing, it premiered in 2024. We went into 2025 with more of a public-facing type presentation, so with different community screenings and different type of festivals and stuff. So
that's amazing. And what do you guys hope the audience take away from it?
I don't know. I hope they take away a hopeful message. It seems like an overwhelming issue, like the issue of plastic pollution, but the film does talk about ways, that you can limit your single-use plastic uses, and it does. I don't know, I hope people don't just watch it and think oh, the world's horrible, but they have a hopeful message at the end. If we all pitch in and change our perspective and go to legislation, we can make a real difference.
That's amazing. And with such a years-long project, I'm sure there were some bump rides and challenges. What do you think was the biggest challenge in all of this?
I would say it hurt us and also helped us. The COVID pandemic, it was able to help us. We were able to spend a lot more time with these researchers who are so busy. They're working on year-long projects, so they were able to give us the time we needed. And then also COVID on the other end, like it was a lot longer. We had to go through all different kinds of restrictions and stuff. But once we got everything kind of in the can, I mean, I've been working with Josh now for almost 10 years, and it's just like I know how he edits, he knows how I shoot. So it's just very, very easy to work together. And it was like, once we got it all finished, it was just easy. So
That's amazing. And for you guys, what's been the most impactful part of making this documentary?
That's a great question. I don't know. I mean, it's been cool to see people's reactions and just to like see the Q&As and I don't know. I think a lot of people just don't realize like how bad the problem is, especially, and we always think, you know, the oceans, but this is about specifically Great Lakes, but you know, all the water sources are connected. So yeah, I think that's been the coolest thing, just like realizing that it's information that people really need to have and they don't necessarily know. So yeah, it's been great. An education process, yeah.
And I would also like to add, like, just you mentioned the Q&As, like just being at these events and hearing from people that like I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know the advantage of like, can I reduce my use? How do I do that? We had experts at most of our events that were able to instantly tell us like this is what you can do in your own community to solve the issue of plastic pollution.
That's amazing. And I know tonight it's all about celebrating, but what about what comes next after so many years working on this project?
I mean, for me, I'm still like Wonder House Films is still like a company that's like doing branded content, nonprofit work. You know, I'm still kind of looking for my next project to kind of put into a feature film, but yeah, I mean, it's always a grind, so.
Yeah, same. No, I loved editing this. It was my first like long form like feature project, so it was really like overwhelming at times, but I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm looking out for my next big project. Yeah.
That's amazing. And how are we going to celebrate tonight?
I would say.
I don't know. We're gonna go crazy. We'll see. The night is young.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you guys and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, we're going to Sydney.
Hi, you guys. Thank you. So we're continuing the celebrations. Congratulations to the team at WFMJ. We have 3 Emmys for the public affairs story. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
It was a 30-minute news program that we do. It's called 101 West, and we pick a topic. This topic was comparing solar energy and gas and coal energy in the state of Ohio. So we titled it Moving the Needle. Should we be moving the needle from gas and oil to solar? And it's amazing the resistance we're getting in Ohio to solar. Yet just last month, the AP reported that for the first time in the United States history, we produce more solar energy than gas and oil. But yet Ohio, just recently, the Ohio Supreme Court knocked down a major solar project. So we were just looking at why is there such obstinance in the state? And it won us an award because we like to keep our viewers informed.
Well, truly, and it's cutting through with great journalism that's happening right in the Valley. Sydney, can you tell me about the collaboration behind this?
Oh, it's always a group effort. You know, there's the reporters that are out on the ground getting the information, and then you come back and you sit together with the managers and even sometimes the photographers, and we all just kind of brainstorm on how to make this piece something interesting, how we can push it forward in a way that really shows the issues that we're seeing and helping the viewers to understand that a little bit better, because sometimes you kind of have to chew it up and, you know, so that they can understand it. And it's really just a group effort. There's, you know, the information, putting it together, the reporting, the photography, just everything. It's a whole everybody thing.
And I'm very biased because I have lots of friends that work at your guys' station and are just very invested in the work that's being done. So, Justin, is that a question for you? Just tell me about, like, specifically with this story and just propelling that story to getting it on the air.
You know, I mean, it's all about, as Sydney and Sheila said, I mean, it's about working together. It's about holding the powerful accountable. The legislature in the state of Ohio has made it so that the locals can ban solar energy or renewable energy without any real knowledge of it, but they have no say at all over the oil and gas industry. So we simply wondered why, and then because we're all curious and because we view what we do as public service, we all sat down together to dig into why.
And yes, journalism. We're celebrating all of the great storytelling tonight, and no better example of that than right here, right now. So, just where are we putting these Emmys? We're celebrating.
Next to my other one.
Yeah, no, same answer. I have a table of a little awards. This will go right on the table.
My wife won't let me not put it on the mantle. Otherwise, I'll go home and put it in the closet. Whatever. I'll tell people about it. It'll be on the mantle. It'll be next to the other one.
This is so exciting. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you.
Yes, and thank you for coming to Celebrating Cleveland tonight. All right, we're going to go over to Evan.
Thank you so much, Sydney. We are here with our next recipient, Max Sherezny. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And congratulations on your Emmy tonight.
Thank you so much.
For, what was it again? It was short, long?
Short and far long.
Talk program, short and long. So you told me a little bit earlier, you're still shaking. The emotions are crazy. Walk me through it, man.
I mean, it's just a little crazy. This is the first Emmy Award that we've won as a team. And so, to think that our show is going to be hitting 5 years for Fox 59 and CBS 4 come September. And so to finally, after chasing so long for something like this, I would have loved to have, our two hosts, Abby, or our Jillian and Ryan, and then our head producer, Abby, to have been here, because personally, I feel a little underqualified to speak on their behalf for something that they've been nurturing since day one.
But you got here too. You're another reason why you got this.
My own devices, yes.
Yeah. And there's a lot of talk show stations out there in the Midwest. So many competitive ones. What stands out about your station that really, really just knocks it out of the park every time? Is it your cast or crew, or what is it?
I mean, I think there's just an unremarkable and unmatched chemistry between Ryan and Jillian that makes the show, but also we got to, really give it to our guests who, entrust us with their business, with their passion, and with their story, and to have them come on, it's such an honor. And then we get to also be a part of the viewers, and, they're inviting us into our home, and so we get to emphasize how and why Central Indiana is such a great place to be, and we do it because of them.
Yeah, I know I'm in Ohio, but that does seem like such a great area to be around, area to watch. Is there anyone you'd want to thank before we get you out of here? Anyone special? I know the host, of course, but of course, anyone else?
To Jillian, Ryan, and Abby. Really, shout out to Roxy as well, but also my mom, my dad, my stepdad, my stepmom, and my sisters. I mean, put up with me for so long. And so we finally got here, and I couldn't have been here without them and their support.
All right, well, thank you so much. Congratulations. You enjoy the rest of your night, man. Thank you.
Take care.
All right, we're going to head back to Sophia with our next recipient.
Thank you, Evan. I am here joined with Jonathan Papadis. He is the recipient for Magazine Program Series. Jonathan, how do you feel right now?
Just elated. I mean, but I tried giving my acceptance speech on the stage there, and my heart was thumping. I thanked whoever I could. I don't even remember what I said fully, but I'm just so happy to be receiving this award, and I'm so thankful for everyone at my station who has worked on this program, and so we could be here tonight.
That's amazing, and we talked a little bit behind the scenes about all this, all that goes behind it. It's a series of stories, right? Do you have one story that impacts you the most, or do you like the most?
Well, for me, I mean, the ones that's special this time around is the one I did for Across Indiana, my Indy 500 story that I covered Meyershank Racing, and specifically, Kyle Felix Rosenquist's IndyCar. I covered his pit crew, talking to Kyle Gibson and Adam Rovazzini. I want to thank them so much for letting us spend the day with them. And shout out to Felix Rosenquist. He won he didn't win the 500 last year, but he won this year. Felix, why couldn't you win last year for the story? Cherry on top, but this is the cherry on top. So that was my my very first Across Indiana. And I was just so fortunate to be able to do that production, and it was just so incredibly fun to do that. And I'm just so glad that this is the fruits of my labor for that story. So that's my personal favorite, and I just all of the ones from last year and even this year and the years to come and the years before have been my favorites, because Across the Indiana, it's just such a wonderful program.
That's amazing. And tell me, what do you hope your audience takes away from all this series of stories?
Just how interconnected things in Indiana can be. I think just how we find a lot of national and international connections to Indiana through these stories, and also just that public media is just such a wonderful resource for any community. So that's really what I think. Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, and congratulations again.
Thank you so
awesome.
much.
All right, we're going back to Sydney.
Thanks, Sophia. We're super excited. So our special event coverage Emmy recipients, I have Kit and Hannah with me. We are fast friends, seriously. But congratulations, first time Emmy winners.
Yes, thank you so much. We are so excited. It's like a full circle moment for us. We started our career in Terre Haute, Indiana. Now we're in Indianapolis, Indiana, and we won an Emmy, our first Emmy on the same night.
I am still in shock, honestly. Kit's my girl. We've been together for years now, and it's just incredible to be here holding an Emmy. Like, I have no words.
I know.
It's incredible.
It is. And stepping on the stage, I know, you black out a little bit. You're like, what do I even want to say? But I want to say, I'm so excited. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of our team. Thankful to my friends, family, boyfriend, everyone. And being an Indiana girl covering the Indy 500 is a dream come true.
We love the Indy 500 here in Indiana. It's just incredible. Like she said, we have an incredible team. There were so many people on this award, and it wouldn't have been possible without all of them. We have reporters, anchors, producers, directors, so many people that made this all possible.
Yes, and our photographers as well. Just the whole team out there tonight, and you by my side just makes it even sweeter.
This is unbeatable. This is just the sweetest thing ever. And not only you guys shouting out the team, but you're radiating joy of just being together in this, which is so special. And the award is actually for that coverage of the Indy 500. Yeah. So take me there. What was it like covering such a incredible event?
Yes, the greatest spectacle in racing. It is exactly that. It was my first time covering the race last year. I was on pit road, got to talk to the pit crew, the fans, some of the drivers, ex-drivers. I mean, it was incredible just being up close and personal to that action.
And I was out in the neighborhood talking to all the people who live right by the track, and it was incredible. Some of them let me flip hamburgers and hot dogs with them at 5 a.m. I'm sorry that I wasted a few because I'm not a good cook. Who else did I talk? They were falling on the ground. And I just talked with so many fans who just live in Speedway for the 500. They live right outside the track. They can hear the sounds of the race cars all month long. It's just incredible. And to see their passion for it, like the fans, this is also for the fans.
This is for the viewers and the fans. That's exactly right. I think if they were watching tonight, they would be so excited. Like the whole town of Speedway, they watch Fox 59, CBS 4 all month long, because that's exactly what we do. We go full throttle.
We go full throttle.
Full throttle all month long.
You guys continuing though to share the people in your community and celebrating them. This is so special. And once again, I just want to go back to first ever Emmy.
Yes, we're so excited to share it with you tonight, Sydney, as well. You are phenomenal, and you've done great coverage tonight as well. Yes!
Go Sydney!
Yes!
Thank you so much. I am so excited to see you guys continue celebrating, okay?
Thank
Absolutely.
you. First time.
Let's do it.
We're going to go over to Sophia.
Thank you, Sydney. I am here joined by DJ and Marco, the recipients for its sports program, both produced or edited. Guys, how are you feeling right now?
Great. We're awake this time, so it all paid off.
We're speechless, honestly. It's an honor to be nominated and to finally win this. This is my first Emmy nomination and award, so it's a great feeling. DJ has taught me basically everything I know in this business, so the fact that the fruits of our labor have come to fruition, it's a great feeling.
That's amazing, but I have to ask, what do you mean by we're awake this time?
I mean, that edit probably took the game and beyond, I want to say 24 hours of
easily
shooting and editing and getting all the footage and telling the story correctly. There's a big team behind that stuff. It's not just the two of us, so there's a lot of producers that help create that.
That's amazing. And, telling a story with sports is hard to not focus just on the points and everything. How do you guys made sure to tell actually a story behind that?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's all about the sound design, the music behind it, the way you kind of pace the whole video. That's the art of storytelling. And I feel like I said earlier, the way DJ has taught me has definitely helped out, not only just the scoring, but the emotion behind it. I mean, it was the Eastern Conference Finals. We won for the first time in 25 years. So not only capturing the plays, but the fans going crazy and, getting emotional behind it. It was just perfect the way we captured it, edited it, and then produced it and showcased it to the world.
I mean, such an impactful moment. I'm sure you guys were feeling electric. That's why you could pull it 24 hours. But tell me, what do you think was the most impactful part of all of this?
I mean, like Tyrese did everything. Like we were just there. We were just following, and like it was just drama after drama after drama, and we just happened to be literally right sitting on the baseline next to in the locker room with him and sitting next to in the plane. So to be able to have that opportunity to be right next to him and tell the story in a way that is cinematic and filmic was really cool. So yeah, shout out to Tyrese and the Pacers. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an incredible feeling. Not only his game winners, I mean, that run was incredible, but the fact that we got to capture it all, you know, now we got proof that we were there, and it's just a great feeling that, you know, we get to share this story, and, you know, hopefully one day I can tell my grandchildren about this too. So, yeah, it's awesome.
That's amazing. I mean, you guys were part of the win also.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's great. Tell me a little bit about what do you want the audience to take from it? Especially sports is very like joyful and everything, but what do you want them to be impactful for?
Yeah, I feel like as an editor, not only did I want to capture this for the Indiana Pacers fans or, you know, the organization, but for others to enjoy the story that was told, and for other videographers who are trying to become where we are. You know, I was just, you know, learning off of YouTube at some point. You know, I used to film like corporate commercials. I would have never thought I'd be filming for an NBA team. So I try to not only tell for the fans and the passionate, you know, sports fans, or, you know, people who just love the game, but people who just want to tell stories when they like, it's possible. Like it really is, man. It's awesome.
And if you could give a piece of advice for that people that are looking at you right now and saying, wow, I want to be that, I want to do that. What is a piece of advice?
Yeah.
This is I'm pulling this from Rick Carlisle. He said, what did he say? He was like, this is a get to do job, not have to do. So you have to show up and want to be here and work your butt off, and it'll pay off. And you don't get to do this alone. That's really all the thing. Like there's two of us now, but there's actually like 20 or 30 people behind us that have helped create this and was with us during that whole run.
Amazing. So you said there's a lot of people involved behind the scenes. Do you have anyone else you want to thank?
Yeah. So many people.
Shoot.
I mean, shooters, you got Maddie Gibbs, Reed Schaefer, John Kleinmeyer, photographers, Emil Weigert, producers, Missy Zielinski, Tyler Beadlescombe, Logan Castle. Yeah, I mean, they were not only just, you know, important to the team, however, they were just providing the feedback, you know, little notes here and there for those first versions, second versions, etc., just so they could, you know, the video could come together perfectly so that we could share it to the world.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, and congratulations again. This is amazing. All right. Now we go to Evan.
Shout out, Mom.
Thank you, Sophia. We're with our next recipient of the Emmy for Sports Interview Discussion, Justin Brown. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
You said you're just excited, filled with joy, so many emotions. Go through those emotions with me. How are you feeling?
Well, it's like usually with anything, it's like, you know, you're kind of like, you know, in that moment of anticipation, and then you're like, I'm not sure what's going to happen. Are we going to win? Are we not going to win? You know, we are nominated twice tonight. We lost the first time, so like, okay, I mean, it happens. And the second time, we're like, anybody's game. We don't know. Next thing you know, they call our thing, and it's like, oh my gosh. So it's like, for me, it was like, okay, awesome, yeah. But for like some of our teammates, like, you know, Antoinette Brown, she this is her first Emmy win, so she was super excited to, like, you know, be able to get this award holding in her hand. Yeah. And I'm excited for her, along with John Harris and Adam Bailey, two of the other ones who won their first Emmys tonight. Fantastic team who put together this piece.
Yeah, and a lot of you came out tonight to represent all your work tonight, and all, some of them aren't here with you, but as a collective group, what can you say about your work and how it has continued to grow to get to the spot to receive an Emmy Award?
I can say that it's, you know, it started off basically where we just wanted to tell stories that, you know, impacted certain people, and then like it goes on and on. We grow, we continue, we evolve, get to the point where we're making, you know, or part of this, you know, thing to remember the original Ali Cleveland Summit, which has happened almost 50 years ago. And it's wild to think that we're here today celebrating the discussion we put together during that event to, you know, honor that along with people who's kind of, you know, giving their perspective and like how it impacted them. And now it's kind of like, how it's impacted me as well, where we've managed to win this award as a collective about, to help us, get the word out, I guess.
Yeah, and sports are so important to cities like Cleveland and Indianapolis, Pittsburgh, like all these different sports cities. They rely so much on their reporters and all their storytellers and all that stuff. And what I wanted to know what you can say to, your fellow audience members who watch you, who watch all of your content, who see you win this or receive this Emmy. What advice can you give them moving forward in their professional careers?
Give up. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm kidding about that. I just want to see what happened when I said that. No, just keep thinking about like the stories you want to tell, the things that are important to you. Like if you think sports are important, find those sports stories that are important to you that you feel people need to know. If you care about local politics or like, your neighborhood or your community, tell those stories. The important thing is if you're watching this and you have a desire to tell stories, whether they're fictional, nonfiction, or however you want to do it, the important thing is to do that because, in essence, we're all storytellers. It's a matter of like, how we take advantage of that opportunity to share it with the world.
Yeah, a lot of journalists around the world are happy to hear that from you because it's such an important way of getting a story out there, being truthful. A double-sided question for you before we get you out of here. 1, where are we putting that bad boy? 2, who would you like to thank?
1, I don't know. I need to figure that out.
Okay.
2,
okay.
2, I'd like to thank the team, my Michigan Productions, Rodney, Antoinette, Sheila, Adam, John, William, and everyone else who wasn't there with us who, supported it. And I want to thank, Mr. John Wooten for giving us the inspiration and the drive to make this happen. And I want to thank all of you for watching us today. It's been fun.
All right. Well, congratulations again. Thank you so much for coming on, and enjoy the rest of your night.
I shall.
We're heading back to Sydney with our next recipients.
Thank you, Evan. Now we're continuing the celebrations with iMichigan Productions. Congratulations on an Emmy win. Can you tell me about this specific project you were working on?
It was about a year ago we started working on it. We filmed here in Cleveland last July in honor of the original Cleveland Summit. Cleveland Summit 2, Get the Guys Together Again is the name of it. And remembering the Muhammad Ali Cleveland Summit, it was for him at the time. He did not want to go to the Vietnam War. So a group of the most famous athletes at the time got together and to show their support of him. And we just felt almost 60 years later that it was time to bring the history out, let people really understand what happened back then in 1967.
And spearheaded by John Wooten, who participated in the original Cleveland Summit in 1967. And for him to share this amazing story about his career and the athletes and the true meaning of why the guys got together in the first place. And we were able to bring that back to life. So,
yeah, and it was truly a labor of love that we wanted to be able to give back and share that story.
Truly, I think this is special because you guys obviously filmed this in Cleveland, but you guys are from all over the country. Can you just kind of share some spaces you came from?
I live in Austin, Texas. Adam Bailey, another one of our filmmakers, also lives in Austin. And he's working on some more projects. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today. But Adam, if you're out there, I got your trophy, man. I'll bring it back.
Yes. From Los Angeles. Yes.
Yes, same. From Los Angeles. We both worked with John Wooten for many years, known him for a long time during Super Bowl.
And William, right? Yes.
Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan.
Well, love to see it, you guys. And this story, though, in particular, can tell me a little bit more about it. We are now an Emmy-winning story. But truly, what was like the biggest labor of love, I think, with this specific project you guys were all collaborating for?
I would say John Wooten, who's now 89 years old, has a memory as clear as a bell. And basically, he's telling us the story. He's telling us step by step what happened. Everybody knows that iconic black and white photo. And he explained it to us. He's the gentleman in the far right corner, upper row, if anybody's interested. And he and Jim Brown got the top elite athletes from that time to come to Cleveland out of respect for him and out of respect for Muhammad Ali. And their presence, they helped Muhammad Ali get through the issue. He became champion again, and became an iconic humanitarian, like until the day that he died. So, in many ways, he might not have gotten to that position if it wasn't for the Cleveland Summit and those men that supported him. And at the time, 1967, they were kind of taking some chances themselves professionally. It wasn't necessarily a popular stance, but it was something that they all believed in.
Absolutely. And besides John Wooten, Muhammad Ali, you had the great Jim Brown from the Cleveland Browns, the best running back in the history of the NFL, along with Willie Davis, along with back in the day known as Lou Alcindor, but today we all know him as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Who else was in it?
Curtis McClinton.
Curtis McClinton, absolutely.
Won the Super Bowl with the Chiefs. Yeah, and they all supported Muhammad Ali. They were members of what was known as the Black Economic Union, which was a business community put together to help in Cleveland. And Cleveland was one of the main cities at the time. Loans for businesses. They helped and got involved in real estate investing, and did it not only in Cleveland but a lot of cities around the country.
And much of what was discussed then, back in 1967, is as relevant today. And I think it's a history tool for the generation and next generation to come.
I think there's something really powerful about sharing sports stories that connects with people and can share these deep messages. So thank you guys. I'm really excited to check this out. And truly, congratulations. Keep celebrating tonight, okay?
Thank you, Cindy.
Yes, thank you. We're going to go over to Sophia now.
Thank you, Sydney. I am here with the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. I mean, full table, guys. They won they are recipients for live sports program and one-time special. Guys, how do you feel for having, oh my gosh, I can't even count.
Amazing. We started this network a little over 2 years ago, and thanks to the great leadership that we have between our president, Mike Conley, our CEO, Nick Barlage, our chairman, Dan Gilbert, and the hard work of our engineering team, our production staff, everybody that works tirelessly and works those late nights, we've really started to build something really special. And thanks to my partner here, Joe, I can't be more excited about the future.
It's amazing. So tell me a little bit about the work that got all of this to you guys.
Yeah, it's we started a couple years ago to start our TV network. We had a lot of people who were just ready to innovate and do something different, and we've done that. I also like to thank all of our part-time freelance people who have created this with our staff. Dan Larson behind us, who produces our show, Pete, our engineer, but really as our group from a company standpoint, we decided to take a leap of faith and create a TV network when we built some new technology, and so far so good. And I feel like we're just on the bottom floor, but we have a long way to go, and we're anxious about creating great broadcasts.
That's amazing. So this new initiative that you guys have, what do you hope your audience takes from it?
Again, I think we hope to entertain the audience just like our basketball team does on the court, and just bring quality broadcasts. Like our one-time special, the Greater Cleveland Sports Awards, it was never broadcasted ever before on television, and thanks to our partnership with Gray and the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission, we were able to bring that to fans for the first time ever on television. And then our Cavs pre and post game, just reimagining what that looks like after a number of years and trying to bring something new and fresh to a new generation of Cavs fans.
That's amazing.
On top of that, too, we also wanted to bring local sports back to Ohio. It's been lacking for a couple decades, so we decided to do a lot of high school football, basketball, to show the community that we're invested not only from like a professional sports, but also from a local area. So it's been great to watch all the local communities be able to see their teams represented on a Friday night on a high school football night.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the audience and its impact, but what about the impact on you guys?
I mean, it's been really wonderful working with these guys so far. We get a lot of freedom to do kind of what we want to do. I think we've had the world's first pierogi eating contest in a live hockey game. So more things to come. Great start, and really looking forward to it. So,
I mean, I know every step has a bumpy ride. So do you guys have any challenges that you have overcome so far?
It's a labor of love. I mean, all the work we put into it, it's just like the team. We work hard off season, during the season, and we just keep pushing hard. So it's, we take one day at a time, and we just love what we do. So.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, and congratulations again, guys. We're going to Sydney.
Hey, Sophia, thank you so much. We're continuing our celebrations. I'm joined by Andrew. Congratulations on this Emmy win.
Yeah, thank you so much. It honestly, it talks about the work of our team. Lucky to work with so many great people at Wish TV and our sports department. They bust their rear ends every single day, and we're lucky to work at a place that values sports like they do at Wish TV and obviously WRTV. So pretty exciting stuff.
And especially appointment television right now is so hot for sports. So tell me about how this story became an Emmy.
Well, it's crazy. In Indianapolis, we are blessed with sports being year-round, whether that is, you got the Pacers making their NBA Finals run last year, the Fever right now doing their thing with Caitlin Clark, month of May, the Indy 500, the Colts. I mean, it just doesn't end. IU football, by the way, national champs. So it's crazy how we really don't have a summer break anymore. We really don't have any spring break. We don't have a winter break. It is constant. So we get to cover some really cool stuff, and it's fun. Indianapolis is always the center of the sports world, which makes it fun for us.
And you said that you're working at the station you grew up watching and in your hometown. I mean, what a special thing to now be bringing Emmys back.
It's crazy. Even I interned there. That's even the more crazier thing too about it. It's special. It's neat because it is, as you mentioned, the place that I grew up watching. It's my hometown. I grew up in Carmel, just north of Indianapolis, and to now do this job covering the teams that I grew up watching, it is. Never take it for granted. Let me put it that way. I always pinch myself, and it's cool. I mean, shoot, we were at the NBA Finals last year. I'm like covering the Pacers. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Or like IU football in the national championship. It just doesn't end, and you always got to appreciate that and never take it for granted.
Well, so many cities in our Central Great Lakes region are really making a run for it, and I think we in the Midwest really are stepping up. So excited to see that good storytellers are showcasing that there as well.
It's extremely important, and I do have to appreciate all of the different, sports teams, news teams across this entire Great Lakes Valley region. They do such important work, and I know it keeps being repeated constantly, but appreciate everything that they do for these local communities, because local news and local sports vital to communities.
And tonight we're celebrating that. So congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Great
I appreciate
to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
We're going to go to a quick break, and we're going to continue our coverage.
There's a reason Bowling Green State University is ranked #1 in Ohio for student experience. Our in-demand degrees and life design program prepares students for their first career and their next. With an unparalleled support system at a national research university, BGSU offers an unrivaled experience, all on a vibrant campus in one of America's best college towns. It's also why Bowling Green State University is the #1 school in the Midwest that students would choose again for the 4th year in a row.
Today, the world could use a little more understanding. Understanding nurtured by shared values. We come together at Kent State. Different dreams, different viewpoints, united by purpose. Preparing to make a difference in our divided world. Wherever you are in your life's journey, come learn with us. Begin at Kent State.
It's Backstage Live, Central Great Lakes Emmy Award Sydney. We have gone through so many Emmy Award recipients that have just been incredible. They just told so many different stories and experiences. And
do you feel it?
Yes. We've gotten through so much, and I look at my watch and it says, "Oh, it's 10:07." It doesn't feel like it. It is flying, and this is such a special event that it's unfortunate that it only happens once a year.
It really truly is, and we're so lucky to have it in Cleveland today because you and I are Kent State students, but we're also joined by our peers who are running the crew from Kent State and Bowling Green State University.
And might I say, they've been incredible.
They're so fun.
If they could give themselves a pat on the back, and if we could watch it, They're doing great. They're patting
I
themselves on
really
the back.
wish we had like a spy cam to show you all
Oh,
right
yes.
now. Or from earlier, there were some great dance moves you all missed out on.
Yeah. Oh, there were some Michael Jackson impersonations. We just try to have fun here because obviously it's a long night for everybody. But again, a lot of recipients tonight and so many interesting things to look at. Is there one that you have seen that's been like, wow, like that's a cool story?
There's so
Because
many.
I have one.
You have one?
Yes.
Give it to me.
All right. So one of the recipient teams did a story about a tornado that almost wiped out their news station, and they were covering it along the way. They were covering the storm as it
Yeah.
was going by, and it almost hit them. But frankly, it was such an inspiring story because they got it out, and it was one of their stories that got them that award. So.
Well, severe weather coverage really propels local news, so it's really cool to see how people are taking that and bringing it to the community in a thoughtful way. Well, we have some trivia also happening
No
for the
way.
Great Lakes Emmys, so this is
Okay.
a fun moment.
All right.
Welcome back. And I am here joined by
Julie Flynn from WKYC.
And who just won News Excellence. That's amazing. How do you feel right now?
Oh, this is very exciting. I'm the news director at our station, and it's just an honor to accept this on behalf of our entire team. We just had an amazing year where we really banded together on some pretty big stories in our community, and it's just a testament of all the hard work that went into every day, pretty much, not just the big stories, but day after day, we just continue to deliver at a very high level.
That's amazing. And I mean, News Excellence is all about cooperation between every reporter, every director, everyone in the news station. So tell me how you support those collaborations and how it is in your station.
Yeah, so I mean, we really strive for collaboration and teamwork. I said it out there, but a newsroom can't be successful if you're not working together. And so it's really important for us, especially when it comes to the editorial decisions, to to have everybody's voice heard. We don't have one person, me being the manager of the team. I'm not the one making all the decisions. It's important for me to hear from everybody and go from there.
That's amazing. So, we talked a little bit about this, but what this awards means to your station, and especially what's next after this?
Well, we're just going to continue to do what we do day in and day out, and that's just, be there for our community, be advocates, ask the tough questions, and just stay together as a family.
That's amazing. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Now I go to Evan.
Thank you, Sophia. Such great recipients tonight. But we're here with our next recipient, Tiffany Tarpley. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations on receiving the Emmy for Best Morning Newscast, labeled Fire and Ice. Walk me through it. What steps got you here today? You're laughing. You're having a good time. You're excited. Walk me through it.
You know what? At the end of the day, it's not about me. It's not about me, Tiffany Tarpley. It's really about the team that we have at WEWS, our Good Morning Cleveland team. We have our producers who work so hard, our editors behind the scenes, our photographers, our reporters. Just everyone really makes this all possible. It's not about me. It's a team.
I like that answer a lot because there is no I in team, right? And that's something a lot of people kind of look at as something cool. And I can tell by the way you talk about your coworkers and colleagues that you guys are truly a family over there, and you treat each other like family. So What can you say about this family that has propelled you this far in your career here in Cleveland?
Well, I think about our directors and our production staff as well. I wanted to make sure that I mentioned them. But I've been at WEWS for about 2.5 years, but been in this industry for more than 20. What I love about the team that we have is, like you said, we're really a family. You have to really enjoy and love the people you work with, especially to get into work in the middle of the night, right, when most people are sleeping. But we love what we do. We love getting up and helping people start their mornings, getting their day off on the right foot, and also really understanding the news that's happening in their community, the stories that truly matter to them. And so we don't take what we do lightly, right? We know how important it is, and to make sure that people have fun while also being informed.
And informing people is the job. It's why we're here. As a fellow journalist at Kent State, I can speak to so much work and hard dedication that goes into this. You miss time with family, friends, just to make sure this show goes incredible. So what advice could you give to maybe young journalists or people in this field that could once be in your position, receiving this Emmy?
Well, at the end of the day, I think just journalists, young people in general, I would say keep going. This industry is tough. What we do is not getting any easier. It's getting harder because we have so much competition out there. But my advice would be to just keep going. Remember why you got into this, and know that it will all work out in the end just how it's supposed to.
All right, everything happens for a reason. One more thing. Okay. Who would you like to thank today for being here?
Well,
besides your incredible crew.
Right, because this is who I have to thank. This has nothing truly to do with me, but of course, everyone at WEWS. I have to think about family and friends of all of us. I also believe in God. I believe in faith. I believe in a higher power, so I'm grateful to be here in that space. But just in general, our viewers too, right? The people who watch us and who really support us day in and day out. There are so many of them out there, and we appreciate them every single day.
Well, we appreciate you so much. You are such a light. Thank you so much, and congratulations. And now we will take it back to our next recipient with Sydney.
Thank you, Evan. So News 5 continues to kill it tonight. I'm now joined by Tara Morgan. What an honor to meet you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It was, when they first called it out, I didn't even realize it. And I'm like, wait a second, that's us. Yeah, so it's an amazing achievement. And 3 back-to-back is just, it blows my mind. So quickly, I just want to say hi to my mom and dad. They didn't get to watch the show, but they're back here, and I miss you, I love you, and this is for you. Thank you for all your support.
And truly, how special is it to have such a supportive group behind you with everything you're doing?
Right, because it's a very stressful career, and you work long hours, and you focus on something for so long, and then when you get home, you try to relax, but your mind is still on the story, right? So you have to have that support team there. And my husband and my mother, of course, I call her every day after work, so she hears about it.
Well, my mother's the same way, so it's really cool to hear that that's the same for you. But congratulations, you're in gold, clearly dressed and ready for the occasion.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's amazing, and I work, and it's not just me. There's a team of people that work on these projects as well, and I have an incredible executive producer who is also my mentor, Mark Ackerman, and I am so happy that he has been able to trust me to tell these longer form stories, and just when I'm sometimes they're hard to put together, and you want to give up, but I keep pushing myself, and here we are.
And it pays off. But tell me clearly, so one of these was a day turn.
Right, this one, it was a day turn, pain to purpose. So this is a woman who went through this horrific crash, head-on collision in a police chase. And when I first met her, she was in a really dark place and extreme pain, and didn't think that she would get her life back again. And then I followed up, and she was able to reopen her store that she loves so much. And more importantly, she was able to walk herself into that store after 8 surgeries. So I just appreciate that she was able to trust me with such a personal experience and painful experience, but something that brought joy to her in the end.
And like you said, these stories stick with you. Oh, yeah. And clearly, though, that also is a reason to keep going, because they matter and truly change you.
Oh, for sure. One of the other ones was kind of focusing in on the downtown safety patrol in Cuyahoga County, and after 2 deadly chases by the same deputy. And so you want to be able to dig in and really tell the full story of what's going on behind the scenes and bring it to the people and make sure, because they are wanting safety and security when they're out in the street, out and about. So we try to work for them.
Well, it's an honor to celebrate you tonight. Congratulations on this impressive feat tonight with 3 Emmys.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Love you, Mom, Dad.
We're going to go over to Sophia next.
Thank you, Sydney. I am here with Cindy from WTHR, who just won overall news excellence. How do you feel?
This is wonderful. This is the biggie that every news director, every general manager, every news team wants to win. So first I got to say that the name on this trophy is Brent Denny, who's the general manager of WTHR. So he is the big winner of this award. So we're all just so happy out there.
That's amazing. And what does this mean to the station and every worker there?
What I set up on the stage was that I'm the lucky one who gets to lead the team of passionate, compassionate, and dedicated journalists, but it's more than a newsroom that makes a great TV station. So between all the community events that we cover and support, the people that our sales folks meet and have for advertising, it's just wonderful to be part of that community.
That's amazing. And so leading and everything's all about collaboration between the workers, the reporters, everyone, producers. How do you ensure the collaboration for news excellence?
You listen to the people you work for, and you work with, and you work together. We might not agree on everything, but we discuss everything. And so we always know why we're doing something, the reason why we're doing something. And so I think that is probably one of the biggest things to do.
That's amazing. And talk to me a little bit about your audience. How do you hope your station is impacting them and actually helping them?
Well, we hope that as a newsroom, at least, that we're telling the stories that are important to them. We're raising awareness to things that are important to them. And as a TV station, that we're supporting community efforts, that we're helping people who need the help. That we're recognizing the people who do wonderful things in Indianapolis. So that's kind of just that's kind of our goal overall every single day.
That's amazing. And how are you guys celebrating back in Indianapolis?
I'm not sure yet. I have to text Brent and let him know, and then I'll ask him how we're going to celebrate.
Amazing. And what about after this? What's in for the news station? Keeping the hard work?
Yes, every day hard work. Tomorrow morning we have our newscast starting at 6 a.m., right? So there's still one tonight at 11. So it's every day, it's 24 hours, and we're just the team. We hand off the baton to each other throughout the day.
That's amazing. And tell me a little bit more about what advice would you give to someone watching us now that it's trying to get where you are or in your station or the overall excellence from the station?
The main advice I give to people when I'm doing interviews or talking with interns is be curious, stay curious, ask why. If there's something that doesn't look right to you, try to find out why. If there's something that you're wondering why, ask.
That's amazing. And I have to ask, where does this award will go? Because it's a full station.
It's going to go in our lobby, I bet. I bet that's where it will go. So everybody who comes in there can see what a wonderful job we do.
That's amazing. Thank you so much and congratulations again. We're going in a break.
There's a reason Bowling Green State University is ranked #1 in Ohio for student experience. Our in-demand degrees and life design program prepare students for their first career and their next. With an unparalleled support system at a national research university, BGSU offers an unrivaled experience, all on a vibrant campus in one of America's best college towns. It's also why Bowling Green State University is the #1 school in the Midwest that students would choose again for the 4th year in a row.
Today, the world could use a little more understanding. Understanding nurtured by shared values. We come together at Kent State. Different dreams, different viewpoints, united by purpose. Preparing to make a difference in our divided world. Wherever you are in your life's journey, come learn with us. Begin at Kent State. Today, the world could use a little more.
Welcome back. I mean, again, as we said before, this is all student run, this Backstage. It's been such a joy to talk to people and just to celebrate with our peers.
Yes, and I mean, it's so fun to be in this room, especially with the Central Great Lakes Emmys. This at such a high standard, and we're getting to meet so many great people, and the students that we've met today from Bowling Green State University as well, truly some of our new best friends. This has been such a fun collaboration.
Yes, and so much talent here. It's amazing, but yeah, we've reached the point of some newscasts and actually news stations awards, which have been amazing. I got to chat with some managers and all of that, and they've just been talking about collaboration and working in groups and leading, and I think that's what we're doing here, like working together with students from 2 different universities. It's amazing.
I think what's cool is we get into this business, I think, because like we really have the core beliefs of journalism, but it's also the people that we get to work with that make the day so special, because every day is a collaboration and a group project. Sometimes, you know, in classes we didn't want to do group projects, but it's different when everyone's here for the same reasons and wants that same final product. And at the end of the day, wouldn't that always want to be to eventually get an honor like this? It's just so special.
I mean, it's amazing. We've talked to people that have spent years doing this and actually working hard to get their documentary, their work out there, and it's just been amazing to see that, and it's really, really inspiring as young journalists, right?
Right, and I think we're getting to kind of pick the brains of these journalists, which is fun. And then we also have some great advisors here, which is really neat. Our own advisor, Joanne Larson, got honored actually in the Silver Circle, which was special. But then we also got to meet Julie today from BGSU, which is really special.
Yeah, it's been really special and such a great learning opportunity. I mean, I've got to pick so many brains, and it's been so fun. They've been talking to me and saying, you got a great future ahead. I'm sure you heard all of that too. It's just been amazing seeing those people that are already out there, and for us that are just getting started. But yeah, so far we're reaching almost a little bit. We have some more time, thankfully, but we're reaching almost the end. I mean, half of it has passed. So do you have anything favorite?
Overall excellence is coming up. I mean, that's going to be pretty cool to see, especially though we're seeing so many news stations coming back to get celebrated, but then also we have some legacy media here that is also continues to celebrate their entire staff, which has been really neat to really see the full circle of it right after the height of the moment of getting their name announced.
Oh my gosh, and how proud they are. I mean, I've talked to people that they are holding their award like it's their baby. It's just, it's amazing. They're so proud of their achievements, and it's really inspiring because when you work on stories, you really fall in love with them and get really deep into it. So it's really nice seeing them get rewarded for that. And it's just, I mean, their awards are gorgeous, but also they are so proud of it.
They're so excited, and that energy is just infectious. I asked Evan earlier, I was like, can you feel it? Because I think I can feel it just humming through this entire Cleveland hotel.
Yes, it's amazing. But Evan has new recipients, so back to you, Evan.
Thank you so much, guys. What a great chat. We're really having a competition to see who has the best chat tonight. Frankly, I think you guys have won. But let's move on. For Entertainment Short Emmy Award, congratulations to you two, both Adam and Kara. This is a big award. A lot of things going through your head. You said you teach at Kent State University, where I go to school, and obviously you both graduated from Bowling Green? Or just you did? Where'd you graduate?
Wright State University.
Wright State. Where is that?
Down in Dayton.
Down in Dayton. All right. So, big moment for you guys. We just won. We just got on stage. So much excitement and energy. How are we feeling today? How are we doing?
It feels lovely to be able to win this for the program. We did this through Tri-C's Workforce Film Academy. So the film was done by, we co-wrote it, and freelancers are instructors at the program, and then students, the freelancers become the department heads on the movie, and then students fill out the rest of the way. So to be able to win an Emmy for the film with the lion's share of the crew being students is wonderful.
No, it was just so our what we won for was a film called Photography, and it's based off of a woman named Margaret Burke White, who was a photographer in the 20s. She was from Cleveland, and like first cover of Life magazine, I believe, and that's who we based off. So it's a Cleveland story, and shot it in Cleveland. So.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look that up once we're done here. Obviously, you said there's a lot of students involved.
Yes.
And just like this Backstage crew here, we got so many students from 2 different universities that are pretty well known in Ohio, great media schools. So what can you say to other students that are maybe still in high school or middle school, but are looking towards the film industry and maybe wanting to pursue that career? What can you say to them for a little bit of advice?
I'd say to become doctors. No, that they, in pushing forward to be part of the film industry, to find what they enjoy and push as hard as they can. And the takeaway is some of the biggest filmmakers in the world have come from Cleveland, Ohio. The Russo brothers are from the east side of Cleveland, and every time they go out to sea, they make $1 billion. So the people who are in Los Angeles or New York or London, they're not grown in a special lab. They come from somewhere. And coming from Ohio does not mean that you are bereft of talent, that you can actually make it in this industry very nicely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You have a comment on that?
Yeah, never quit, and you have to be super passionate. Like, if you're not passionate, you're never going to make it. So all your life and dedication goes into your project.
Yeah, if you want to make money, go be an investment banker. But if you want to make movies, your passion carries the large part of the day.
I mean, yeah, that's all we can really ask for. So a double-sided question. I've asked a few other people here. 1, where are we putting this in your house? 2, who would you like to dedicate this to tonight?
We have several Emmys from different documentaries we do that sometimes hold back the curtains in our house. We'll have to figure out where that goes, but at least for something like this, I dedicate it to my parents.
Oh, sweet. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, we'll go with parents. That sounds like a good answer.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Congratulations again. Hope to see you here next year. Yeah, thank you. Now we're going to head it back to Sydney Brown. Take it away.
Thank you, Evan. So excited to continue chatting. Right now I'm joined by Elizabeth Van Meech-Fried. Congratulations. This is the first Emmy win we were just discussing.
Yes, it is. 2-time Emmy loser, 1-time Emmy winner. So now it's canceled out. Now I'm officially a winner.
Congrats. This is huge, and you've been in this room before, but to be here tonight and to go home with a win, how does this feel, really?
It feels really, really good. It feels really special. I had a good feeling because the story, when we were doing it, it felt really good when we were even there. I knew that it was special, and so I would like to say I'm surprised that I was working with the most amazing photographer, and we just get each other really well, and when we work together, it's like puzzle piecey, and so I wish I was more surprised that working with him, something good didn't come out of it, but I'm not. He's wonderful, so.
Yeah, in this story, getting to dedicate time to a human interest story, but then also to know that it cut through and really connected with the community is everything you'd want, I would imagine.
Truly, and a lot of times when you think human interest story, you think that it needs to be about a single person, but this particular story was about a garden that a community was putting together. So getting to focus on like a group of people doing something really neat that are helping other groups of people was really special.
Where was this happening?
Worcester. It's a small town, and that's another reminder, like, we do stories in Cleveland or these like big city stories all the time, but we're surrounded by these amazing communities around us that like deserve to have some story time too, because they're doing cool things too.
And how are you, though, continuing to find these really great people in the community? Because I think that is sometimes what makes it worth it, is when you find those people and you're really touched by the story they have to tell.
I think either making a decision for yourself as a journalist that I want to focus on this area and really building amazing sources in maybe some smaller areas that you're seeing that your station isn't touching, or if you're in a newsroom like mine, we have particular areas that we're assigned to. So we really focus in on those areas. And there was a time period where I was focused in on these very two counties that had a lot of small towns in them. And so it was really easy to build sources, and people in small towns want to talk. So it's a really great place to work.
And I think that when we're celebrating great television and journalism tonight, it's important to remember, though, that these people do want to share their stories and care about what we're doing here as well. So that's really neat to hear. But I want to go back to this is the first time we're getting this whole waves of emotion of getting an Emmy. So who are you thinking about right now when you first heard that your name was called?
I was just telling them, when I said thank you, I said thank you to my husband, my two kids. I have a new baby at home, and I have a 4-year-old. But I was very, very pregnant during this time when I was working, and all my Emmy, I have 2 Emmy nominations tonight. I still have one. It's the last one. I don't know if I'll get it or not. But fingers crossed, we still have time. But I was very pregnant, and so I said I want to thank me because I pushed through while very pregnant, and it's hard. It's hard to be a female in this industry. It's hard to be a mother in this industry. It's like I get asked all the time, like by some reporters in different stages of life than me, like, how do you do it? How do you do a mom and still be fun and still come to work? And it's kind of a hard job to do, but you can do it all. You can't do it all at once, but you just do it all as you can, and you figure it out and you do it.
Elizabeth, I'm so inspired. You're really, truly such an inspiration and an Emmy Award recipient. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It was so nice to talk to you.
You as well. We're going to continue the celebrations over with Evan and Sophia. Let's see what they have to say.
Thanks, Sydney. You're doing great as always. Now here, me and Sophia. We're going to chit-chat a little bit. We're almost done.
Oh
Can you believe it?
I can't. This what? 3 hours? 2-3 hours?
I've lost track of time. I don't know.
Literally, but it's been like it passed so quickly. We've been talking to so many people that I don't know. It feels like we started just a few minutes ago. At the same time that like we talked to so many people that I feel like we started hours ago.
Yeah, I was telling Sydney like how awesome it has been to talk to all these individuals, all these groups of people, receiving these Emmy Awards. It's just been incredible to hear all the stories they've told, all that. Now, I asked Sydney this. I want to ask you this now.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite interview so far?
Oh my gosh, I had so many, but I had, oh my gosh, for reporting, she was amazing. I don't know, I had so many good reporting interviews. They just are so passionate about their stories that I just wanted to keep going. We had a wrap and it was like, no, tell me more, tell me a little bit more. They had great stories that really impact so many people, and I think that's what inspired me most, because this is what journalism is all about. This is storytelling. This is what media is all about. So I think that it's really inspiring. But what about you?
So I was telling Sydney about a news station that had a tornado nearly pass through their news station and all that. But I'm trying to think of other ones. I really appreciated. I forgot his name, but the sports anchor who he was just a cool dude. It was Ben Powers. Oh yeah. He was so cool. Oh my, he was just incredible. If I messed up his first name, I apologize. Rob? Sydney said Rob. Sorry, Rob Powers, you are awesome. Keep being awesome. You're just a chill dude. We were all saying, oh my God, this guy's just so cool. He just walks into a room and just goes crazy. Now, I did want to say, what did I want to say? I forgot. It's been a long night. Oh, yes. So as journalists at Kent State University, there's a lot to kind of take away from this night. So what is something you would take away as you kind of get into your senior year and almost graduate?
I mean, it's the passion that really inspired me. I think we talked a lot about this, but it's truly inspiring. As someone who's going and starting just now, seeing those people who have been doing it for years. I mean, the Golden Circle recipients, they've been doing it. I interviewed someone who's been doing it for 51 years. Wow. And he looked at me and was like, what makes you keep going? He's like, I love this. It's my passion. I love storytelling. And it inspires you because you see them doing what you want to do, and you see them actually thrive in it, and everything makes sense, Everything makes sense.
It just speaks to how incredible journalists really are and how much work they really put into for their stories. And even not journalists. You know, I've interviewed some movie makers today and some filmmakers, and they have just been incredible in sharing their stories. And I think a key part of journalism is telling a good story, you know, being honest, making sure you get all sides of a story to give it to the right audience. So I think there's a lot of that involved with tonight, and it really has been super inspiring for me today.
Gosh, yes, people are so passionate about their stories, and actually getting out people's voices and people's troubles and everything. So it's amazing and so inspiring, and I've just been loving it. I was telling Sydney how I loved picking their brains and just asking, how does it have been? Oh my gosh, it's overwhelming in a way, in a good way, you know?
No, I'm very excited to be here, and the energy only gets more crazy as we are almost wrapped up with the night. So for our final few, we're going to head back to Sydney.
Thanks, Evan and Sophia. We're excited to continue celebrating. I'm here with Greg Wilkerson. Great to meet you, and
Nice to meet you.
congratulations.
Thank you. This is an honor. It's just great to win one of these, for what we do. So
Truly, though, we're celebrating great television, great video production, and journalism this evening. And I know you've had an Emmy recipient before, but once again, coming back, being in this room with so many great storytellers, how is that for you?
well, it's always a special experience. You get to see story after story of people and what they do every day, and it's just nice to see, and you learn, and it's just special every time you come back here.
In this one specifically, can you dive into kind of the details behind the new special job?
Since we're an Indianapolis station, we do a half-hour special at the beginning of May, which is the start of the Indy 500. So we do a lot of leading up to that, and then we put a half-hour special in, and that's what this one was for. So it wasn't just me; it was everybody else that was on the award tonight too.
And I believe I've met some other great women from the station tonight who are also Emmy recipients. So great to see the team
awesome.
getting celebrated.
No, it's good to see everybody that works so hard every year doing this stuff to win one and be honored.
Yeah, and then you're visiting Cleveland once again for this specific Emmy Awards night. So what have you guys been up to today?
My wife's from here. She's on another station, but yes. So we come back often. And if it's in Indy, we go to Indy. But here, we spend 3 or 4 days here. We were at the baseball game last night. So we just enjoy coming here, and it's just always an honor.
Well, wonderful to see that the Great Lakes, Central Great Lakes region continues to kind of support one another, but cool to also hear that you have continued with your wife to stay really in touch. So can you just tell me a little bit more about this specific one?
This award? Yes. No, it was just nice because we do like the Indianapolis 500. I'm originally from Speedway, so it is kind of, when I was a kid growing up, it was just like in my backyard. So now to be able to I'm a photographer, help to produce a special like this that we can share with the audience is always amazing. And a matter of fact, I won my first Emmy here 30 years ago in the same building, in the same audience, or same room. So it's special.
And dedicated to the craft and continuing to refine it. So as a photojournalist, though, in getting to capture something as big as the Indy 500, how did you break it down?
It's very hard. Leading up, it's kind of easy, because then we're just kind of doing little stories here, little stories there. I mean, it's the next 3.5 weeks leading up to the race, and then our long coverage on race day, which is, a very long show. But luckily, this little first half-hour special was a little easier than the rest of the month, but it's still special to put together.
And I've unfortunately not attended the Indy 500 in person before, but for someone who hasn't been, how do you describe the atmosphere?
It's the biggest sporting event in the world. It's the second largest city in the state of Indiana with, 600,000 people just watching a race. And you just have to see it in person. It's amazing.
Well, thank you for sharing these stories with us. They truly do connect with the community, and we're grateful to have great people like you delivering them to us.
Well, thank you, I'm honored.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you.
We're going to go over to Evan with some more information.
All right, thank you, Sydney. We're so close to the end, but we do have another recipient for Lifestyle Short Form Emmy. Congratulations, Amy Susan, by the way. Good job. Congratulations. Walk me through it. I know there's a big team behind you and a lot of people to give thanks to, but how's it feel winning this? getting this award?
Surreal, but I'm the rookie. Everyone else on this team has been phenomenal, and I am not surprised that they won and that we won, and that the work for Jerry Lee Atwood, whose exceptional designs have been, unparalleled. And so it's really nice to see this all come to light.
Yeah, and I spoke to a few other recipients earlier about how their team is like their family. Your family brought you in as a rookie, and they probably made you better, I can assume, right?
It launched me into several other projects since, and it was really exciting and something fun. I actually have a background also in fashion, and so it's a nice little thing to get the career started in film. But really, it was such a collaborative event, and really this is not about me.
Yeah, but what is about you and your stallions of hardworking men and women doesn't happen without some hard work on the back end, making sure you guys are collaborating, being a part of a team. But there are young filmmakers out there that could use that advice. So what advice could you give to young filmmakers that want to make it as far as you guys did?
Well, I would say that it's never too late, and my big word of the year is pivot, because I've done a lot of different things in my life, and I think that whenever you have an opportunity, seize it, say yes to everything, pivot, and go for it. The other thing is that it was a really big collaboration, not just within our team, but with Jerry and all of his team that produced these incredible designs. And so I think that collaboration and reminding people to tell these important stories that actually inspire others to do art and to create is really important.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of that goes to people that have helped you along the way. So I know your team has helped you along the way, but are there any other people you'd like to shout out and talk about?
I've had a lot of mentors in my life. I for sure would be remiss if I don't say thank you to my husband, our triplets, Aiden, Bryson, Colson, Michael, and to all the team, Jake, Conrad, Bennett, just everybody, and Jerry Lee. That's been amazing to be part of your team.
Well, thank you so much, and congratulations. I appreciate it. All right, well, now we're going to bring back the talent. Guys,
hello.
We're back all together again.
We're
we
back
made
all
it.
together. Yes.
How's your night been?
It's been amazing.
Been good?
It's so fun.
This was so special, you guys, and we got to do it besides other students, which was really neat to learn from industry leaders.
Got to shout out the crew. You guys have
Yes.
been incredible.
Shout
Everyone
out
that has
crew.
worked back here. We have been such a collaborative unit tonight. It has been so fun celebrating so many people.
Yes, but unfortunately, this wraps up our coverage for the Central Gate Lake Emmys Awards. Congratulations to all the recipients and the nominees. It's just been an amazing opportunity to actually see them and see their work and celebrate them.
So on behalf of the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences Central Great Lakes region for the Emmys, we are so honored that you spent part of this special evening with us.
Yeah, we appreciate you for watching, celebrating as we've moved the night along, and thank you for all of our incredible, and I mean incredible, talent in our region. So, I'm Evan Schofield.
I'm Sydney Brown.
And I'm Sophia Lena.
Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.